There we go. Just to make sure that we get this, um, we can upload it to YouTube later so other people can watch all the presentations. So according to my list here, Boaz from Gomawada Hub is supposed to go first, but I do not see him in the call. So number two on the list is Ed. So without further ado, Mr. Ed, I
Sure
will.
thing. Yeah. So I have a video I'm going to show because it's hard to squeeze in all of this goodness at once. Let's see. I think I have to share. Do I need to share a screen or the application? I think media player. I'll share it this way. And here we go. Hi, this is Ed from the Block Trust team. Here we're seeing two instances of the Block Trust Identity Wallet as a browser extension. First thing we're going to do is form a connection between these two. So on the left, we'll create a connection. We'll call it write to. We're going to create an invitation that comes in as either a QR code or a string. In this case, we'll use a string. We could also, so I'm going to paste this invitation string on the one on the right. And then what happens in the background is they'll form a connection through a mediator service. So then you see each of them now have a connection and will form a connection. And now these have an encrypted end-to-end channel between them. So even the mediator can't decrypt what's going on here. So that's an interesting chat application, and we can expand and make that more interesting. But also that same kind of channel is used between other identity agents, including here we're seeing Block Trust credential builder. So we're going to now create a connection from here as an issuer, and we're going to also refer to this other connection as write, just to help me orientation. And then we're going to create an invitation just like we did. We can scan that or paste the link. And so after this completes, now we have a private end-to-end encrypted channel through a mediator service. So now this issuer can communicate with this identity wallet. So what we're going to do with this is offer a credential. So we're going to issue it from the issuer's decentralized identifier, or DID. We're going to issue it to that last connection we created. And here we're just going to create a fictitious credential claims as like, is this person over 18? Eye color, let's say it's brown. And then we can extend this as a credential off. And so we'll see that on the right up here. There's a notification here, comes on the issuer to channel. Here's the credential that's being offered, and we can view the details of that credential offer and choose to accept it. So now we can view that, and we see all the details of the credential. So now that the credential is in the wallet, what else can we do? Well, one interesting thing is we can communicate with in kind of a verification mode. Say, are you over 18? And we can even request that in form of a credential. So we can request a proof, send that over. We'll see that proof appear. You can view that presentation request and choose to respond by sending that credential or a proof back to that other agent. So now we have that proof presentation, and we can view the details of that and say, oh yes, they are over 18, great. So another feature we want to show is how the credential builder can interact with websites. Now on this website, we have a choice to register using decentralized identity. And here, what's happening is behind the scenes, this website is interacting through our JavaScript API with the wallet. And once we unlock it, we see a request. This is using Prism's onboard and authenticate protocol. So we choose to onboard this decentralized identifier to this. And once we do that, then we can complete the registration. And then when we come back to the site, we can sign in or log into the site using just a decentralized identifier and the private keys that are associated with that. signing something. So here we're signing a challenge presented by the website, and now we're signed in. So there you have it. Yeah. So oftentimes I don't. I forget to talk about sort of the business use cases or the problems we're solving in this. Hopefully, you can imagine what credentials can do. This often comes up in SIP 1694 conversations, like do delegated reps need any credentials? That's a really important question out for the Cardano community. Um, do they need to be a person at all? Do they need to be a unique person, et cetera, et cetera? So that's just one of many types of credentials that are important in Cardano land. And another one, I think, um, why does Cardano need decentralized identity beyond governance? And the short answer is anything that requires regulatory compliance will be much easier with verifiable credentials. So you know who the parties that you're working with. So that's kind of my short pitch. We have a number of Fund 10 proposals. What you've seen a few things, but primarily the identity wallet is the primary one that I was pitching here. And then we'll also have a smartphone version of the wallet as well for both iOS and Android, and that's a separate proposal. And then there's several others that I'll flash up on the screen here. So love to hear any questions or impressions.
Yeah, thanks, Ed, for the presentation. Exactly. So let's move on to the question and answer period for the next 5 minutes. Let me start the timer.
Yeah, I'll start. Hey, Ed, great stuff there. I've been following your work. So
Great.
it's really coming along. It's great. So yeah, if you could put the different proposals you have, that would be great. The one I have is really around mobile. So with your mobile, are you going to set it up like, is it a way that you're going to have an API that like other DApp developers could use that? Or what was kind of the vision around the mobile kind of piece?
Yeah, so we'll want to use similar to Wallet Connect as a protocol
Okay.
where in mobile registering as a URL or URI handler, so that another DApp on mobile can request through a URI, for example, to approve or to issue a credential that it has created. So we haven't worked through all those scenarios yet, but that's
Mhm.
one of the hooks. And that same Wallet Connect kind of protocol handling or QR reading can also work between, let's say, a DApp on a web page and a mobile wallet as well. So we have a lot of work to do in those areas, but much of the code between the mobile and the browser extension that you've seen is going to be shared code.
Share code through exact through some API that's used or URI. Okay, so that's great. Thanks very much. Great.
And then and QR code scanning as
Okay.
well when you're
Yeah.
interacting with another another screen. Yeah.
I have a question. I don't know if you mentioned it, but how do you first put in your credentials, right? So your credentials are we're used to like having our own government IDs. How do you make sure that at the beginning, right, the credentials have been inputted have been verified somehow.
Yeah. So, yeah, and those kind of what's sometimes referred to as breeder documents, birth certificate, driver's license, passport, are used for so many other things. Those we would work with another provider that has services now, and so in the fintech community in general, in banking as a service, has these kind of onboarding services that we would eventually partner with the ability to scan, and they essentially would issue a credential to you, which is uh, in effect, we've scanned your license, it's legitimate. And here are the fields on it, and so it would be essentially their stamp that you presented a valid driver's license, for example.
Okay, got it. Thanks.
Great. We got a couple more minutes for questions if anyone has additional questions for Ed.
And not everyone understands SSI. It's kind of a complex topic.
Sure.
So feel free to ask any basic questions as well. For example, one of the misperceptions is, why do I want all my credentials on the blockchain? No, no, no. Your credentials won't be on the blockchain. There may
Right.
be some hash or proof of an issued credential because in case it needs to be later revoked by the issuer. So they could hold that privately, but no, this is all designed to be privacy protecting. You hold your own credentials
In your wallet, I'm assuming.
in your wallet. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
The
Yeah,
the
that's a great
hardest
point.
the hardest issue about all the SSI solutions is establishing trust among the parties. So there's the issuer, the holder or subject or holder, and the verifier. And the hardest relationship between those is actually between the verifier and how does the verifier know to trust the issuer of a particular credential. That's the hardest problem. And that's really a broad ecosystem problem that we're not going to be able to solve directly, but that's the biggest challenge, actually.
Great.
So yeah, please have a look at our proposals. Just search for Block Trust in Idea Scale, and it will bring up all of the Block Trust proposals. And I'll type my email in the chat. And we also have a Discord that's linked off of our website, I believe. And so feel free to join our Discord channel as well.
You linked that in chat already?
I will put it there.
Sure. All right. And then that finishes up our time with Ed. Thanks a lot, Ed, for the
Great.
presentation
Thank
and
you.
everybody for the questions. Next on the list is Martin. Is Martin in the call from Goma Wada Hub. So then after that is Kai. And I also don't see anyone named Kai in the call. So we're apparently blasting through this list rather rapidly. Jeremiah after that. Mr. Jeremiah, how you doing, brother? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, hi everyone. Yes, I'm fine. And it's almost 2:30 a.m. here.
Oh boy.
I just had to stay awake so I can take part. Yes.
Thank you
Yeah.
for putting that extra effort. We appreciate it.
Yes, sure, sure.
So starting from now, you have 5 minutes to do your presentation, and then we'll have a 5 minutes question and answer period after that.
Okay, all right. Yes. So can I share my screen?
I think you can, does everyone have that, or is it asking you for
Yes,
permission?
yes, I think I should
Yeah,
be able to
yeah,
share.
I think you
Yes,
should be able to.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. Thank you.
go for it. Awesome.
And then, yes, so my name is Jeremiah Bani from Ghana, and this is a brief uh, outline of my proposal. So the proposal title is Ambassador Campus Meetup Tours, and I am a Cardano ambassador as well. I hold meetups in Ghana, and from January till now, I've been able to hold 5 successful massive Cardano meetups, recording over 300 participants so far, and the journey is still ongoing. So with this proposal, it's to help me to be able to still continue this journey of educating and empowering students on campuses with the opportunities the Cardano ecosystem presents and how they can participate in meaningful ways. All right, so I think this was my problem statement. Education is key to the adoption and use of a product or service. So how can we educate and empower the Ghanaian students on our campuses to know more about the Cardano ecosystem and its benefits. Yes, the African continent is not as advanced in technology as the Western world, and blockchain, it's still something very new and emerging in the African continent, and Ghana to be precise. So first of all, for us to get Africans much into using these blockchain tools, these Cardano tools, there must be, first of all, education and empowerment. And once people get to understand the potentials these technologies are bringing, so that they'll be able to participate in meaningful ways. And that is why I actually put up this proposal. And the proposed solution is to organize campus meetups as a Cardano ambassador to educate and empower 300 tertiary students in Ghana about the Cardano blockchain, its benefits, and how they can participate in meaningful ways. And these are a few meetup events I held over the past 2 years. And these are just some few pictures. That is 2021, 2022. So these are some of my works and my outreaches. And through my work and support from WADA, I am a member of WADA as well. So we were able to hold some of these programs, which was hosted by myself and my team as well. And also, as a Cardano ambassador, I've been able to hold these programs, 5 major meetup events from February through to July. And so these are some of the pictures I have here. And I think some 2 pictures from the Cardano Summit in 2022. I hosted it in Tamale as well, recording over 200 participants who came. So this is basically what I do, empowering young people to take hold of the opportunities Cardano present and be able to participate in meaningful ways in Project Catalyst, and even educate and empower others and direct them to the tools and resources which they'll be able to learn to also become developers. And maybe in the short term to long term, you begin to see various dApps being developed from Ghana as well. Yes, so basically, this is what I want to present, and I'm hoping that my proposal goes through to be able to support this work I am doing in Ghana. So that is all what I have to say for now, and that is basically my project. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Jeremiah. That's really encouraging.
Yes,
It's great to see some stuff happening in Ghana. I've certainly known about other projects happening in other African countries, but not specifically Ghana yet. All right, so that finishes the presentation for Jeremiah, and now we've got 5 minutes for questions. So, anyone have questions for Jeremiah? And if not, then I've got a bunch of questions. So, I'll let you guys take the first question before I dominate the time.
I'm curious what what topic is sort of the hottest topic, let's say in the last 3 months or so, that either from an education perspective or a concern or excitement perspective in the meetups.
Yes, I think what is hottest is, we have a lot of people, a lot of young students here who have no idea even what blockchain technology is all about, cryptocurrencies. So, and I think now, even on media, in one way or the other, you begin to hear about major news on blockchain and the potentials it has. And because of that, now a lot of people are curious to learn more about this revolutionary technology. And once there are conferences like this, they are very much interested to come and listen because many have heard about Bitcoin and its potential. So you come to talk to them about Cardano and what Cardano is able to do, and even the various ways they can participate, such as the Opportunity Project Catalyst is given, where young people can submit brilliant ideas for likely funding, and also the ability to participate as proposal reviewers and moderators. That is a big opportunity that is exciting a lot. They want to learn about Cardano, and we're also making sure that Cardano becomes a household name.
Great.
Ghana.
Thank you.
Yes.
Exciting.
Welcome.
Jeremiah, before we continue the questions, would you just mind turning off screen sharing? Just because
Okay.
I'm recording this, and then later when people watch YouTube, they'll be able to see the faces of the
All
people who
right.
are asking the
Thank
questions
you.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry. Yeah.
No, no problem. Just
Okay.
I think that would be helpful. Yeah, great question. That's definitely one of the questions I had. That's one of the questions I had as well. Also, Jeremiah, what's been your response by and large? I mean, it sounds like there's a lot of excitement and interest. Is it mostly university students who you're getting? Is it high school students they're getting? Is it people who are already working? What's the kind of number or type of people who are generally attending your meetings?
Yes. I think I have different categories of people attending my meetings.
Mhm.
But most of the time, with my physical, I organize both physical meetups and virtual meetups as well. And with my physical meetups, for now, I mostly engage college students, health college students, so student nurses, students in nutrition, students studying medical laboratory courses. So I have students from all these areas, college students attending my physical meetups. That is in the month of, in the year 2023 from February up to July, just the past ended month. But with my online events. That one, I have workers joining the meeting. I have teachers. I have other IT experts also joining to learn more. And I think before even the assessment started, I held some series of online workshops, and I had a whole lot of people joining from different classes, some students, some nurses, others IT experts. And these are the kinds of audience I have joining my meetings. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And how long have you been active with WADA?
I think for the past 3 years now. For the
Wow.
past 3 years.
So that's pretty
Yes.
close to the beginning of when WADA started.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I think I actually discovered them in Fund 4. I was voting. Then I saw the WADA proposals, and I saw they were from Africa. So I reached out. So I reached out to WADA with the knowledge I have as a blockchain educator. So I just joined the WADA team as well. And
Fantastic.
yes,
That's great.
yes.
We have about a minute left. Anyone else have a question for Mr. Jeremiah?
Just one quick question. So you're focusing on students. Do you also do meetups like to get more like a broader audience, or I guess what's your plans there?
Please, the question again. I didn't.
Yeah, just wondering. Like you're focusing on students, which is great, which is I think really probably the place to go. Is there any interest in having meetups expand to other people that are non-students? I don't know if that's a value. I'm
Yes,
just gonna throw it out there.
yes, exactly. Yes. I think for now, the focus is on students, but I am thinking of reaching out to non-students as well, workers, and even maybe other category or class of uh, people who actually want to learn. Usually, you are able to reach out to people who have the zeal to learn. So if you belong to any of these categories, maybe the zeal. Once there's the zeal to learn, then I am out for all these kind of people.
Yeah.
And
So just
yes,
like when I was interested when I was talking to some people from like Latin America, the people that go to their meetups are like professionals, like doctors and lawyers. Obviously, they've got currency issues. So I'd
yes,
suspect that in Africa, there may be working professionals that are they're not going to build it, but they might be interested in cryptocurrencies just to
yes,
preserve their wealth and whatnot.
Yeah, for
And
yes,
practical
again,
reasons.
a little different than in North America and Europe, where a lot of the people that come to meetups, in my case anyway, are a little more on the hobbyist sides, and it's not necessarily the professionals, although they can be. So I'm just saying, yeah, throwing it out there that there may be also people that are professional doctors and lawyers and accountants and whatever that might be interested in just on how to help preserve their wealth through blockchain. So throw it out.
yes. Exactly. Yes, I think in some of our meetups and even in the team, we have some professionals and doctors and professors showing much interest. And so there were times in our meetups, because of distance, they are not able to come. But at times, I do even share Cardano materials to them as well. Then they read questions they have, then I get in touch with them, then we answer. So now, what I've realized in Ghana and the universities is that the professors and doctors are now opening up for meetings like this, blockchain meetings, so they are able to learn more and even look at ways of integrating these technologies even into their curriculum.
Cool.
Yes,
Thanks.
yes.
Good.
Exciting.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jeremiah. All right, that's the
Okay,
time up
yeah.
for Jeremiah. Thank you again for the presentation, the questions and
Yeah.
answers.
Thank
And
you
let's
too
see,
for your
next on our list is Jean Carlos. So, Jean Carlos, if you're ready to go with your presentation, you have 5 minutes to present, and then we have a 5 minutes question and answer period. Or did he go AFK? Jean Carlos? Or am I just mispronouncing his name so badly he doesn't know I'm talking about him?
In the chat it says good night. So I'm
Oh,
not sure.
I mean, he's
Oh,
still in the call.
his chat. He says he has problems with the language. So I'm not sure
Oh,
if that.
okay.
Check the
I have
chat
problems
there.
with the language. Jean Carlos, you can, if you want to, because we're recording this for YouTube. You are welcome to present in any language, even if we can't understand it. At least other people can understand it. It's up to you. If you want to present um, your project, you're welcome to use any language you want for the YouTube video. That's fine, no problem. You can speak Spanish. You can use Spanish if you want for the presentation. But if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay. We can go to the next person. No problem. Okay. Well, thank you for coming. I'm sorry the translator couldn't join you. All right then. The next on the list is Dylan,
Yeah.
or I
So
guess
Jeremy, I
Lawrence.
think I'm gonna present on his behalf then.
Sure.
So this is it's a joint project with both Dylan and I. So
Okay.
um, okay, hopefully I can share the screen. Let's see. Do I have the privileges to do that? Yeah, share screen. Let's go for it. Desktop. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see it?
I can see your screen. Yes, no problem.
Perfect. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, 5 minutes and then 5 minutes. Okay, so just give me a little 1 minute warning when I'm running out of time, but I'll have a clock here as well.
Yep.
Okay, so perfect. Okay, so the proposal in Fund 10 is called Value Swap, and the mission is really to trade value anywhere at any time. And so some of the problems that we're solving in DeFi that we'd like to tackle are first one is lack of self custody. A lot of the when you do actually do swaps in DeFi, you're actually usually uh, putting your assets into some type of a pool, and you actually don't actually own your basically your assets anymore. They're now liquid. You're what's called a liquidity provider. So we're focusing really on this atomic swap concept, and I'll get to that in a sec. But basically, we want to deal with this lack of self custody, deal with the issue of impermanent loss. And again, that goes hand in hand with giving up your assets and sending them into a pool. There's friction for onboarding non-crypto natives. DeFi is fairly complex, so for non-crypto natives, it's a barrier. And then also just some of the fraud and compliance risks. Again, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know the other side of the trade. There's legislations in Europe and whatnot for understanding some KYC on your transactions, which you can't do very well with some of the DeFi platforms out there. So anyway, our objective is to build a highly scalable, decentralized, open source marketplaces to trade digital assets easily while we're paying self-custody and avoiding liquidity pools. So how is this going to happen? Well, let's first talk about our target audience. So what we're doing is we're basically creating an atomic swap protocol and application, and it is well suited for these digital assets that represent real products. So this is the first kind of market that we're going to target. Is just a very straightforward product. It's something that Dylan and his team with Algae Token is familiar with. And so we're going to create this product that has an integrated escrow for basically changing assets and allowing you to settle them. And so really some of the big advantages are we want to easily tokenize physical products for sale. We're going to have escrow contracts for real world settlement because we actually want to deal with real physical products this time. We actually introduce a concept of user tokens for fraud prevention and compliance. And we can also link vendor reputation with actual sales. So this is really important as well when you're actually trying to buy from a vendor. How reputable are they? And then the last but not least is there's fast, secure, reliable trade executions. So how does this all work? So this is the protocol. I've actually wrote the white paper for this. I actually have a demo of it actually working. It's on pre-prod right now. And so this is based off of some other work like Cardano Swaps have done, and it really goes down to basics and leveraging the UTXO architecture for creating basically atomic swaps. So in this case here, you basically have a seller that they would easily tokenize their products with this app that we're going to build, and then they would put it into they would basically put in a swap position, and buyers would then basically buy those swaps for a particular product in this case. And both the seller and the buyer has to use a token. So there is some KYC component here. Again, we're focusing really on the physical products. So you do want to know that you're not dealing with scammers. You want to make sure you're dealing with the right legitimate owner. So you actually have to use in this protocol, the swap protocol actually looks for those tokens to exist. And those tokens are created by the marketplace owner. And in this case here, you would actually then once the buyer decides I want to buy that, they would actually it would go into escrow. So this is configurable on the protocol level, but for our application, we want to use this escrow feature. And then basically, once the escrow is created, the seller would be notified of an order. They would send it to the buyer, and there'd be an incentive for the buyer to close the escrow so the seller could get paid. Basically, there's a deposit primarily. So that's kind of it in a nutshell what this protocol is. And I really just talked about this process where basically the vendor would mint the product token. and they would then they would also have to mint a user token, and then they would open up a swap. So we're really trying to create a very simple experience here. And I've got a bunch of links, and I'm just going to go over here to the just go back to this here, the actual the Cardano idea scale. So we basically have a concept video, so you can check that out there. So this is really just trying to keep it very simple for non-crypto natives to start actually easily tokenizing a product and making it available for sale. And under the hood, we use this thing called the Atomic Swap Open Protocol. And so I've got a video here. Again, I've created a light paper on the whole protocol. I've written code for this. The whole thing, works on pre-prod environment, and that's on the underpinnings of what we'll use. And so the focus of this fund, of this proposal, is really to build out this front-end component. It'll be all open source, and the idea is really to create marketplaces. And finally, the marketplaces, just on explain that concept here, is that basically, we're using these concept of beacon tokens to identify each of the swaps. And then there's this additional concept of Sentinel tokens, which allows basically using the minting policies and minting to discover all of the marketplaces out there, so then you can discover all the swaps. So we're really trying to get away from the concept of liquidity pools, as opposed to using using metadata and using basically indexing to discover what marketplaces exist out there, and then you further drill down into what are all the swaps. So we're tackling a couple issues here, and that's why I think it's a really interesting project to work on, and I hope people see there's some value here. And again, this is going to be an all open source. We'll always share our learnings, and I would really love to have this basically a product that people could use to easily tokenize products and make it available for sale. So check out the links. There's a lot of information here. This is only 5 minutes, so I can't go too long in the details, but I'm sure there'll be a few questions here and there, and hopefully I didn't go too quickly. Okay, so I'll stop sharing then.
Awesome. Thank you, Lawrence, for the presentation. All right, everybody. I know that was a fast technical presentation, so it might be difficult for everyone to respond to that, but hopefully we can generate a few questions.
Well, Lawrence, this is really, really interesting. Is there any atomic swap protocols on other blockchains that are similar? Have you researched those, if they exist?
Yeah, so there is, but generally speaking, they always try to bundle a token, right? Always a superfluous token.
Yeah.
And I don't care about tokens. I don't. It's just simply the only thing you're going to be interested in is a fee that would occur to the marketplace owner.
Okay.
But I get away from tokens. Done. So because of that, I don't see. I haven't done. I don't know. I don't know everything, obviously, but I'm not aware of it. Because generally the biggest incentives to date on the DeFis is to have a token that you can sell.
Exactly, which is its own kind of distraction, yes. Let's call it, from an investor's perspective. The other question I had was about escrow. Do you have any dispute resolution process if the buyer didn't receive the goods or something like that?
Yes, exactly. It's a multi-sig contract. So the three signatures are the buyer, the seller, and then the marketplace owner. So the marketplace owner is kind of he can be an arbiter of which way things can go. And obviously he's incentivized. He wants to have a fair and reputable marketplace. So he doesn't want people to be, shafted in either way. So so yes, there is a way to resolve disputes.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? And the idea scale link is in that spreadsheet, but I can put it in the chat as well.
Yeah, you should probably just link it in the chat. Good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I'll throw in another one now that I'm thinking about it. Does this, to be successful, need credentials or identity, self-sovereign identity or otherwise? And what's your approach there if the answer is yes?
Yeah, so it's interesting that you mentioned that, because that's so right now the answer would be no, in a sense that the idea is you just have basic information, and that's going to be dependent on the marketplace, on what type of information they want. and they could ultimately have no information. They could say, well, I don't want any information. So it really is up to the marketplace to define what information you need. But absolutely, I think there's definitely a good tie in there, and that was one of the reasons why I asked my question, is into an SSI solution, particularly when you're dealing with compliance, because when you're doing these market trades, you need to know that someone is not a sanctioned entity. You don't necessarily need to know who they are. You just need to know that they are on the whitelist. They are good to transact with. So that's where I think the concept of in my case, I've got these user tokens, but the issuing of these user tokens, where SSI could play a good role in determining those is that can you do some credential verifications. So I think there's two areas. As you could in the minting of the user token, that's where a good integration with SSI is, because then you can use and leverage all SSI to determine who that person is and are they a person you want to deal business with, or possibly you could actually integrate that credential as the user token. But it's a different item, and I'm not. That's something I would love to explore at some point. So I'll just throw that as another option.
Okay. All right, great, thank you.
Yeah. Dylan, anything else you want to add at this point?
Look, I think that was very thorough for how technical it is. You went through everything. As Lawrence stated there, he's designed it so it's very simple to use. So I think it's got a lot of potential in a lot of areas. And making it open source makes people be able to, customize this to a certain way for their own marketplace. I love the idea. I love the idea of sort of marketplaces being able to mix together too. So it sort of opens up a whole new world of availability to customers. They may be looking for one thing, but then maybe led through the right channels, if the marketplace allows it, to then be able to view other people's items and then improve interests in other products. So yeah, it's a fantastic idea. I fully support it, obviously, being on the team, but
hopefully, yes.
I can't say enough nice things about it, really. Yeah, but that was a great overview of everything. There's been a lot of work put in, and there's still a lot of work to do. So yeah, we appreciate everyone's support in this, and good luck to everyone else as well.
I've got a question for you, Lawrence. I may have
Sure.
missed it during the presentation. Is it initially a web-based interface that it's going to be interacting with this, or?
No, it would be a mobile. You'd use on a mobile device.
Okay.
That's for this fund. It is the mobile device. Like right now, I have the protocol as kind of I have a demo client, and that's a web based. But we would want to make this mobile experience.
And then are you planning to extend that later? Would there be like an API? Would there be some command? I don't know if you could do this at the command line to be able to script it, or I don't know what all the
You could do.
possible.
There's endless possibilities here. So because it's really there's two layers. One is the front end, which really is what this proposal is about, is creating a mobile
Gotcha.
experience to easily tokenize products and put them onto the atomic swap. The atomic swap protocol is a protocol, so it's smart contracts that basically run on blockchain.
Right.
So anyone can interact with them in any way they would want.
Fair enough.
So
Yeah. Great. Okay, I think that's our time up for the questions. Thank you, Lawrence, for the presentation. Everyone for the good questions there. So originally we were going to have Marvin do a presentation at the end here, but he had to leave. So we've now we've gone through our list. Jean Carlos had a video. I don't know. Should we play the video quickly? Would that be useful? Is anyone on? What do you think? Should we do that quickly, and then we can go back to Lawrence, who had a couple more presentations? Anyone opposed to the idea of watching Jean Carlos? How long is that YouTube video? Or maybe I'll just click on the link. Let me see how long is it. Oh, this is very short, 35 seconds. All right.
good.
I guess we're going to go through a very turbo
Do it.
YouTube video, and then let's see here. Let's do that in presentation mode. Let me share my screen. Make sure I get the right screen. There we go. Everyone can see the Fun in Tech YouTube video.
Not yet.
Not yet, no.
Oh, not yet? Anyone else? Does anyone see it? I mean, it's frozen. I haven't started playing it, but no one sees my
No, I
screen
don't think you're sharing your screen. I don't see anything from your
because
screen.
I have a blue frame around my screen.
Nothing yet. You might hit share after that. I don't know.
Okay, share. How was that?
No, it's coming up. Fun tech, yeah.
Is that better?
Fun.
Okay. Okay, let me just rewind to the beginning here. All right, here we go. Let's watch John Carlos's very abbreviated YouTube video.
Not hearing any audio. Sometimes you need to share the app versus the screen.
Okay, we can do that. It is all just music in the background, but I can restart it. Let's go. Let's go back to stop sharing. Share. So is it under advanced sharing options then? No. I just have share screen. Oh, I see apps. Oh, I see. Um, how do you share an app? Is the web browser one of the apps in there? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you just need to share the screen and include. There's a selection of include audio, and then you'll be able to hear it.
Oh, okay, there we go. Share sound. Sorry, my mistake.
Right,
Screen 2, round 2, with music this time. Let's do it.
Yay!
Awesome.
Final countdown. I loved it. It's great.
The final countdown. Yes.
Yes.
All right. So there we go. Thanks, Jean Carlos, for the link for that. So it sounds like it's mostly like is it mostly an education program? Maybe. Did anyone get a sense, some kind of sense of what the project was about?
And he posted in the chat as well.
This proposal has a 5-month timeline for full implementation, which we will have the following milestones. Milestone 1, months 1 and 2, we will select and translate into Spanish the contents in Cardano and Catalyst project for our training plan, with which we will train 30 multiplier facilitators. The 30 facilitators will be selected among Fun in Tech's most outstanding teachers and students. Milestone 2, months 3 and 4, deployment of a pilot plan, that is the deployment phase of the multiplier facilitators in colleges and universities to train 120 college and high school students. Milestone 3, month 5, 2 face-to-face seminars will be conducted with high school and college students and 2 live QA sessions. Okay, so it sounds like sort of education slash, what would you call it? Expanding awareness of Cardano in the Latin American space. So that's definitely sounds like a good thing to be doing. I'm not sure if we can answer questions. I'm guessing maybe not right now, but thank you for both the information and the video link, Jean Carlos. Okay. Does anyone else want to add anything to that before we go on to the next presentation? Questions? Okay. He's open for questions. Jean Carlos, would it be better for us to type the questions? Oh, can write? Okay. So maybe if anyone has any questions for Jean Carlos, we can just write them in the meeting chat, and that maybe I guess help. Maybe he can do Google Translate or something, make it a little bit easier. And maybe what I'll do is I will read out the questions and answers if there if any come up in here. So, question from Ed: do you have success metrics planned? And we'll just give Jean Carlos a second to digest and answer the question. So the answer is yes. I'm assuming there's more details other than just yes, there's coming. So another question from Ed: what's an example metric? And then Lawrence also had a couple questions. What city is this planned for? And any collaboration with other Cardano members? Okay, so Jean Carlos has given some examples of some metrics. So generating 30 facilitators, getting 120 students involved at 6 different universities and 3 high schools. So I'm guessing that's the target for who their audience is going to be and the involvement they'll have from the community. In Caracas, Venezuela, Jean Carlos is reporting, is where the location is. Or maybe that's, I think we've sort of already gone enough time. Thank you, Jean Carlos, for that. Anybody for the questions? Now, so I think everyone who's in the call right now has had a chance to do one presentation for a project. And I think we still have, let's see, about another 10 minutes. So maybe we have time for one more presentation with questions. So I think Lawrence expressed an interest in, was it Lawrence? Or was it somebody
No, I
else?
don't think so. No, I think
Was it Ed? Was who? I thought somebody else mentioned they wanted to do another presentation if there was time, or maybe that person left already. Or I'm just dreaming and I'm confused.
Wasn't me.
Okay,
Okay, I can do a quick plug for my one other proposal I have
sure.
while I have you guys here. So because I'm
Why
a
not?
huge fan of Helios. I use Helios as one of the languages for writing smart contracts. And basically, I wrote already a first book. And if there's interest, I'll write a second edition with kind of the latest updates here. I'll get the link in the from idea scale here, Helios. But if you don't know about it, again, there's a few new languages that are coming out. There's obviously there's Icon, which is quite popular, and Helios is another one. It's just very easy to use. It's well thought. It's been designed. The guy who wrote it is brilliant, and he's just thought about how to make it simple and straightforward from a developer's perspective, and it shows. So it's people who use it love it. And anyway, so he's got his proposal in it as well. So I would say vote for him for me. But if you come across my proposal, I would appreciate that. But let me just look for that here. I'm trying to find an idea scale. Let's go back here. Scale. I can pull it up. I can just share the actual proposal in a sec. And on my screen. That'll only take 2 more minutes. I'm done. Idea scale. Where's idea scale when you need it?
Cardano.ideascale.com.
Yeah, that's it.
Just while Lawrence is looking for that, can I say that I've mentioned this the book that he's writing, and in other meetup groups, and all of the other developers have been very interested in this, Lawrence. So I think it's a worthwhile thing. They're all very interested in knowing this. I guess it would be very developer focused, but as Cardano grows, this is what's required.
Agreed.
Okay, well, I can't seem to get it here, but anyways, let me just throw one more thing, and then I'll. Oh, it's loading. Hold on a sec. Okay. I'll just pull. I think it's going to load. Anyway, I'll share my screen again. Here we are.
Okay.
Please show what this thing looks like. You'll notice it. Okay. So this is the book that I wrote. It's basically it's Cardano Smart Contracts with Helios. Again, this is first edition, so it basically talks about all the how to set things up. Again, I would rewrite pretty much most of this, but this was to get people up and running. It's a focus on making it easy for development, and I have lots of examples on how to use it. So that's really the gist of what the book is. I can't get the proposal up, but definitely take a look at it if you like what you see. I've gotten very good feedback as well from this book, and so basically they've got another proposals to do a second edition if anyone's interested. Okay, so that's it. You'll see it. You just search for Helios. There's a few projects with Helios, and mine's one of them. Okay, thank you.
Would that be like a self-published book? Is that something are you gonna open source that as well? Be collaborative?
It is. Oh yeah. No, it's right now. It's on basically my GitHub repo, where I have a number of examples.
That's awesome.
So actually, why don't I just do that right here? Let me just go grab that right here.
Yeah, send the GitHub link.
Yeah, let me just go here. Yeah, I'll just go to the repo for a sec. And per browser trace Helios examples. Right here. Especially gone with to start with. And that was the preface for the book. It was basically I created a whole bunch of examples and created a book. So there's a bunch of stuff here. I'll put it in the chat. And enjoy it. Okay. So I will put that into the chat right now.
Thanks, Lawrence. That is pretty cool.
Okay.
I think we still have about 7 minutes left before we're supposed to wrap things up and maybe head back to the main room. Does anyone else have something they would like to share regarding a project, or maybe have questions for Lawrence with the book that he was just talking about?
I'll ask a question, Lawrence, about Helios, just to get a framing of it. So,
sure.
I haven't programmed in Plutus. I've done a little bit of Haskell. I've done a little bit of Marlowe, and I'm a C# developer. So just with that kind of as a background,
yeah.
What is Helios most like? Is it's a DSL specifically for this domain, I assume?
Yes, it is. So it's the advantages of it. It's written. The compiler is written in JavaScript. So so that's just convenient to have it in JavaScript. So so you can convert and write your it compiles your smart contract code using JavaScript. So that's kind of nice, right? You can do it on the fly if you need. You can do it in backend. I use it frequently in Node.js, or you can do it on the front end of the browser. So that's kind of convenient. The second is so the language itself. It is a fully functional language. So it has its own syntax, but it's just a very straightforward syntax to use. So it's very easy to pick up, very intuitive. Unlike, I would say, Haskell. I don't find Haskell that intuitive. But so so you have all the benefits of a functional programming language. So when you write your smart contract, it all kind of makes sense, and it's very well documented. So I would say anyone that's familiar with smart contracts would pick this up very fast. It's very easy to learn, and good error messaging, I found, and great documentation. And then the bonus is then how it integrates well with the off-chain piece. So Helios is both off-chain and on-chain. So
nice.
You do your on-chain code, and then he has all the libraries, everything you need to do that you would want to do off-chain. So serialization stuff, transaction builder stuff, you name it, it's all there. It's got a Helios evaluator, so it evaluates the smart contract prior to sending it over to the node. So you get kind of good feedback and better user experience, obviously, because you can identify any issues that you have prior to submitting it to on-chain. So just a huge benefits. So from I don't think you would have any issue understanding that. Obviously, I would say the only downside is it is relatively new, so it's not as mature as Plutus TX. So it doesn't have the levels of audits and stuff like that. But they're coming, because there's a number of us that really just love the stuff and think it's great. And I think it's great to have alternatives at the end of the day. So Icons sounds very good as well. I think it's similar in a sense of it's built to make the smart contract development easier. But it's good to have choices in my view. So.
And I assume does it compile to Plutus, or does it compile to? Yes. Okay, got it. All right, got it.
You compile it, and it compiles to Plutus core, and that's what you can then. It gets bundled as a CBOR file, and then you can send it off to the node for execution, or put it on chain, or whatever you need to do.
Great, thank you.
Okay.
That's another cool project.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I would definitely recommend supporting him. Christian has got the actual Helios, kind of the last. He's got it as a separate proposal as well. Okay, thanks.
I can't remember. Did you have a link? Did you have a link to that one, or no?
I put the link in. I put the link to both my Helios examples into the chat, as well as the
you did?
a link to my proposal.
I didn't see the chat.
Yeah, I didn't see the Helios stuff in the chat at all.
Oh, my apologies. I've sent a direct message to Dylan.
Okay.
Dylan.
Well, I mean, Dylan can enjoy it then. There
Dylan,
you go.
that's all I care about is Dylan. Let me post that here.
Share the knowledge, Dylan. There we go. Thank you.
Here's the scale. There's the link.
There's the GitHub. Nice.
Okay, there we go.
Awesome.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Great. Thank you. All right. Looks like we only have a couple minutes left. So thanks everybody for all the various presentations and participating in the meeting tonight. We may just stick around for a couple minutes just as a group to say hi to everybody. Up to you, obviously, depending upon your schedule and the kind of time zone and your energy levels like and all that. But maybe we'll wrap it up in this breakup room for now. And for those who are interested, we'll head back to the main room and sort of see who meets us there. And I will stop recording actually first. That's probably the first thing I should probably do.
Well, thanks, Jeremy, for hosting. Great job.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Welcome to the Pacific Town Hall Idea Fest. It's nice to see you here tonight. This is breakout room number 3. So Just as a reminder, we'll go through the presentations. You have 5 minutes to present. We'll do 5 minutes for Q&A, and then we'll move to the next person. So why don't we get started here? Benjamin, you're first up with 2 proposals. So why don't you start with either one and take us through them?
Okay. Thank you very much, Sir Nori, for the opportunity. I don't know. I do have some very few slides. I don't know whether it will be possible to share them, share my screen.
You should be able to.
Okay. I don't know. Can my screen be seen?
Yes, we can see your screen perfectly.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity given me to present my project in a very few minutes to this wonderful and viable Cardano community. My name is Benjamin, and then I'm from Ghana. Okay. The name of my project is Catalyst Campus Invasion. Students Ignite. We are requesting for a budget of 39,400 ADA. Okay. What is the Fontaine Challenge? The proposal for Fontaine is in the Startups and Onboarding for Students Challenge. Okay. Now, what is the issue we are looking at, or what is the issue we intend to solve? Okay. So many students are at the verge of giving up on their projects because they lack funds to execute them. How then can Cardano support students to become catalyst proposers and eventually be funded? I will say that it is not just enough to have an idea, but it is equally very important to have the capital or the funds to be able to execute the project, because I normally sum it up into a mathematical equation saying that the idea plus the capital equals the realization of the idea. And over here, it is when you look at the minds and the ideas of students, you cannot underestimate them, because I believe very much that if Cardano will really grow on the wing of innovation, these students cannot be left out. We have to bring them all on board from various institutions, because they have the mind to bring this innovative realization that Cardano through Catalyst has set up. Yes, I know I have very few minutes. Let me rush to this as well. Then how will we do it? We are going to embark on a series of campus seminars, meetups, and conferences where students will be exposed to how Cardano, through Project Catalyst, can provide funding for their projects. So in fact, as a requirement of the Startups and Onboarding Challenge, this time around, we are saying we are limiting the proposals to students. We need students to have an opportunity, a platform to be able to showcase what they have, their projects, to the larger community. And yes, so we'll have campus connects, physical meetups with students in various institutions we have identified in Ghana, so that we can actually get them exposed to Cardano and Project Catalyst in general. Yes, so we actually, this is the team. Yeah, I couldn't capture all, but we have other event organizers who will be setting up at each institution we will visit. So the team lead is Benjamin Barney. He's a final year student at University of Development Studies, Ghana. Yes. and he was also a speaker at the 2022 Cardano Summit in Tamale, and also the current challenge team lead for startups and onboarding for students. We also have Jeremiah Bani, he's a tutor, and then a Cardano ambassador, and hosted the 2022 Cardano Summit in Tamale, Ghana. Actually, these are just snippets of the experience of the team, where you can have more detail about us in the project on idea scale. So ending quote, I have an ending quote, and students cannot be undermined because individuals who have made global impact in any field or sector were once students, even if they dropped out. Benjamin Barney. Okay, thanks for your time.
Perfect. That was really good time. Thank you very much, Benjamin. So now we have 5 minutes for any questions that people might have for Benjamin.
Okay.
I can start it off. So
Okay.
you introduced your team, and it looks like you're doing a lot of great stuff already with the local Cardano summits and things.
Yes.
So can you talk a little bit about how you hope this will help students get more engaged?
Okay. All right. So looking at where my location, okay, I'm in Ghana, and then actually we have actually had a number of seminars already, or conferences, where we have successfully educated students onto the Cardano ecosystem, and they are actually active community. They have picked up active roles in Catalyst. Some have served as Catalyst proposers in previous funds. Others too have actively served as proposers. Others are also taking up other community roles. So we think that students are individuals that have ideas, innovative ideas. And I think one of the core issues why Project Catalyst has been established by Cardano is to bring in innovation into the blockchain, because Cardano is actually in a competitive market with other thousands of blockchains. And to be able to thrive in this demanding market conditions, that Cardano really has to receive ideas and projects. And I believe students are individuals that have such ideas and projects to bring a revolution, a kind of a revolutionized impact on the Cardano ecosystem through Project Catalyst. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's a really great vision. Thank you.
Yes.
Time
Thank you.
for one more question. Does anybody have one?
I have a question. Do you have the target for the impact to the Cardano community? And example, do you have the target for the audience? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I'm getting your question right. Are you talking about the number of people, the number of students we intend to engage? Or not really? I'm not getting you quite correct.
Yeah, my point is, could you tell about the impact of your proposal to Cardano community?
Oh, okay. Well, the impact of Catalyst Campus Invasion Students Ignite cannot be underestimated, because when we look at the long-term impact, we are actually looking at expanding the Cardano community by onboarding more members, in this case, students, to the Cardano community. So we will see that in the long run, the membership of the Catalyst community, and in fact, in general, the Cardano community will be increased. Yes. So this is actually one of the ultimate goals we are looking at, to actually expand the membership of Cardano community. I myself, I wouldn't have known about Cardano if I was not introduced to it by my senior brother, in 2021. So I think that education, as this project is the best way to cause people to accept a course or to bring about adoption of a subject matter. Yes. Thank you very much. I don't know if I've answered you.
Yeah. Could I deep dive my question? I want to mention about your target audience. You mainly the student, right? This is a student from technology or student from basic or society yeah. You got my point?
Yeah, okay. I'm quite finding it difficult to get to hear you, but I think you are saying if I'm a student or something with any institution.
Yeah, because from my understanding, because I read many academic proposal, I see majority of project focus on a technology student, right? This is from the IT. I see so far no project focus on the marketing student or business student. I just want to know how about your target audience.
Okay. I think if I'm getting you right, we are actually looking at targeting more of the students in tertiary institutions like universities, colleges, and other tertiary institutions we have in Ghana. Yes.
The general student population, not just the
general student. Yeah. Because let me say my experience, because I am I got the marketing background, but I from traditional market. When I want to move to the blockchain, don't have the blockchain inside, right? And this is a no course. This is it's very challenging for us to learn blockchain course, right? How and abroad to this is the technology like the blockchain. That's the reason why I asked the question.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're a little bit over time. Benjamin, you have a second proposal of Cardano for all. Do you want to?
Yes. Okay. Let me. Okay. I can share. I have few slides as well for that.
Okay.
Okay. I've started sharing my screen.
Yep, we can see it.
Okay. So the second project we are currently running in for is Cardano for All, the Age of Explosion. And this project is a community or education-driven project. Yes. As I said earlier on in the first submission, I believe that education is the key to adoption. Education, if you want people to adopt or accept a certain course, I believe you have to provide insight on that subject or course so that they can better appreciate it and then for a possible adoption. Yes. So which front-end challenge? It is the Catalyst Open Challenge. And then what is the issue on ground to be tackled? A small percentage of the population of Ghana have heard of Cardano blockchain, meaning more work is to be done in order to get more people into the ecosystem. Hence, this community-driven project. Yes, so in Ghana, a few of the population of Ghana have heard of Cardano blockchain, but there is actually a greater population of Ghana that have not heard of the Cardano blockchain. This actually means that there is still more work to do because Cardano needs to be expanded than it is currently. Though I know Cardano is thriving, is gaining grounds, but we need to scale up the space at which the community grows, so that everyone can be on board, because it's like the future of the globe now is just becoming blockchain. So everyone has to be on board to not be left out in this revolution. Okay, so how will we do it? We intend to embark on a series of education events in Ghana to educate people about Cardano and opportunities available to developers, entrepreneurs, business people, engineers, blockchain enthusiasts, etc. We believe that all these categories of people that have been stated in this part, the entrepreneurs, the business people, engineers, blockchain enthusiasts, and developers, so on and so forth, are experts in their own unique fields. And that these individuals or these experts have brilliant, let me say, suggestion or role to play in ensuring the innovative impact of Cardano is realized. So we intend, how do we intend to engage these people? We intend to have a series of education events in Ghana. So we are actually looking at having some in the northeastern part of Ghana, the upper eastern part of Ghana, the upper western part of Ghana, and the northern part of Ghana, as well as the southern part of Ghana. As I said earlier on, I have been in some seminars. I'm a member of WADA. We have been in seminars already in the northern part of Ghana. I've also had seminars together with my senior brother, who is also a Cardano ambassador. And we have actually been educating the Ghanaian people. So we are just requesting for the fans here to scale up our impact, what we have done already. And the details can be found in the proposal on Ideascale. And the summary of the project, we are requesting for a budget of 46,000 ADA. And we intend, if funded, we are very optimistic that will be funded. So we intend to start in October 2023 through to January 2024. Yes, so it's going to span like a 3 to 4 month project. And then, okay, this is the team. I think I already highlighted on this in the first project. So we will also have local event organizers on ground at each campus. Yes, and then, yes, thanks for your time once again.
Amazing. Perfect.
Thanks.
5 minutes long. All right. We have time for a couple of questions if anybody has any for Benjamin on this.
Yeah, I have I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah, could you say a little more about your action plan, how to approach your community?
Okay. Yeah, looking at our plan, our roadmap. Okay. So this is what we actually intend to do. We will have, we are looking at having actually like 4 to 5 sessions, and 4 to 5 sessions of meetup with the Ghanaian people, the local people in these parts of the country I mentioned earlier on, the upper eastern, the upper western, and all those. So we are actually going to have one in October, probably 2 in the coming month, and then for the rest of the month to January. So we are actually going to spend time within this period exposing these local developers, these people, on how they can become members of the Cardano ecosystem and how they can contribute their own support, not just being leveraging the Cardano blockchain for their own businesses, but we are also looking at growing the Cardano community. That is our ultimate aim. So we believe all these people, we have to get them on board to bring their expertise to be able to grow the Cardano community. So yes, currently, this is what we are looking at doing for this project, Cardano for All. So we have actually titled it The Age of Explosion, synoptically capturing what we are going to do, the kind of initiative as we have spoken about. We are already doing something on that. We are already educating people, bringing them to Cardano, but we want to scale the impact. So that is why we are bringing in this project to request for funds, to be able to scale up, to be able to reach out to more people into the Cardano community.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, welcome.
All right. We are just over time, but I think we may make it up. Next up is Cedric, and I'm wondering if he's here. I don't see Cedric. So next up is Kwong with King Solomon. Are you ready to present, Kwong?
And King Solomon will be the next.
You're next, King Solomon.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Let me know. Do you see my screen?
Yep, we can see it.
Yes,
yeah.
we can see the screen.
Yeah, thank you. Hi everybody. Today I'm here to share with you about our proposal. This is the first online core Pfizer platform on Cardano. And as our study, the challenge learner face in choosing online course and learning, selecting the right course from developer option and ensuring predictability and evaluating the certification value and the code. That is the reason why King Solomon is an online course Pfizer platform, offer course certificate degree from the top university institution and institution around the world. And first of all, let me tell about this our competitive advantage. We got a strategic partnership with the FireJob.vn. This is the top HR company in Vietnam with a 1.2 billion user. And with the second strategic partner, we got this IBEP is a science and technology institution. Got the academic background, support us to do the course review. And then let me go to the problem when the learner face when they want to upgrade their capacity. You can see without course advisor, there are 7 potential outcomes of choosing the wrong course, like the wait time effort, limited skill development, or financial cost. This is a very popular. And how about the value of online course advisor? You can see we can get the target skill development. You can get this the enhanced learning outcome. Right. And let me get dive to our solution we can do to the community, to our target customer. King Solomon is course review, and we will focus on blockchain. 30% of time and budget consumption, we will focus on blockchain, especially Cardano blockchain, because we know Cardano is a good community. I can bring the value to our target audience. And number 2, King Solomon can support learner to get a free certificate in NFT, even though learner used to study from the other learning platform. You can claim King Solomon certificate after finishing a short. Moreover, learner will receive invaluable support from FireJob to get the design job, especially the S-Pass 1 to 5 job opportunity in Vietnam. And I want to mention about the impact of the proposal. Number 1, this is promote the widespread recognition of Catalyst and Cardano. Number 2, we will encourage startup on Cardano system. And number 3, we can facilitate the learner familiarity with the Cardano blockchain. And this is our key budget in the first year. 20,000 registered users, 5,000 number of certificates rated to the learner, and 100 of new startups on Catalyst. Right. And let me introduce about our team. this is our team, and you got this is the the founder of FireDrop. He got this 1.2 million user. And then this is our partnership with the IPAC, a science and technology institution. And this institution under the well-known university in Vietnam. And we also joined this partnership affiliate marketing. Currently, we got the approval from Coursera and Udemy. So we can get these affiliate commission, and we get the support from to the online course. And how to acquire the user? We got the 3 steps to acquire the user, right? And because because we have limited time, so leave me a few minutes to share about the course review format, because I see a community often ask me about the course review format. We got the 10 key criteria to consider when evaluating the benefit and value of online course, right? And we got, this is the score. This is a total cost 100, right? And if when we evaluate one course, we will base on different key point for criteria, right? You can see, right? Finally, this is our contact detail, and I hope this I can get the vote from our community. Thank you. That's all from my side.
Great. Thanks, Quang. That was a great presentation. And we can open it up for questions from the room. I have one. I saw something really quickly go by about certificates being NFTs. Can you talk a little bit more about the blockchain component of the certification?
Yeah, thank you, Lori. This is a very good question. Honestly, because I got a marketing background, so the NFT certification is the second step. This is the second year. We can do because in the first year we will focus on create the community to approach our target audience, and I also approach some project on the this is DIT and NFT will to get the support from them, right? And this is the second step, the second year. Right?
Great, thanks for the clarification. Any other questions?
I have one.
Go ahead.
I'm very interested. You say that this certificate translate into job opportunity. So I want you to make it clear that it means that you will have a better chance at NFT companies outboard, or just financial companies in Vietnam. I'm very curious about this.
Pardon me. Could you be more specific?
You said that this certificate for the Solomon is will translate to more job opportunity, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if this certificate will help you have a better opportunities in finding job in the NFT field in Vietnam or in the outboard countries. Can you clarify this?
Okay. I got your point. You can see this is this is a King Solomon. It's quite new to the market, right? So I can emphasize King Solomon not make the pre-broker familiar with the brand of King Solomon, but we can do this is you know, because we got the FireDrop, we got the backer like FireDrop, right? And we will FireDrop is the starting point to approach any any course. After the learner, I mean, this is the FireDrop user finish the course. We this is we introduce we will, this is
Ah,
technically planner in the shortlist, right? And we actively to introduce the candidate
oh,
to our customer. You got my point? This
oh
is
man,
that is the reason
yeah,
why
that's
I
very
see this
interesting.
invaluable support.
Yeah, extremely. It means that you help them find job as well, right?
That's right.
Man, that's very interesting.
Thank you.
I have question too. Like,
Thank you.
hello. Okay. That you said that you give the solution is give the job for the expat in Vietnam, but how about the Vietnamese? How about the other country? Like the Vietnamese can find a job in overseas, like
Yeah.
Solomon
Thanks.
market too. I mean
Yeah.
that Solomon market about overseas the human research or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And please go to this our plan to how to acquire user. Step one, we start from the course on the the online like the Coursera Udemy. We do the course review. We approach to a 5 job user, right? This is the first filter. And then I choose this is the best of the best. I will approach to worldwide. That is the reason why our region target user on the region is this is a Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, Philippines, right? Because we not only focus on Vietnam, we will go outside, right? And this is how we go outside, go abroad.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
because like some remote people, they want to find a job overseas, and that is so amazing for them to find or maybe open their career overseas too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
So I have another question. Does Solomon has any strategy to engage more professor in different field of education?
Yeah, this is my competitive advantage. You know, this is the IPAP. This is a Science and Technology Institution belong to Tôn Đức Thắng University, and currently I am this is a lecturer in Tôn Đức Thắng University for 6 years, right? Oh. So that is the reason why we believe we got the academic background to do the course review, and we got the backer. This is a professor to support us.
So you already have connection, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Thank you.
Thank you for your answer.
Awesome. Any other questions? We have time for maybe one more. Okay. Well, thank you very much. That was an amazing presentation, and thanks for presenting that. Good luck with the Catalyst Fund 10. That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, thanks, Nori, and everybody.
Yeah. Okay, next up is X Team.
Oh, hi, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Can you see my screen as well?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Oh, I have to move to the first. Okay, hi everyone. Hi, and I'm from Xteam, and I'm very pleased to be here to present about our project. First, I want to talk a little bit about the problems. You know that nowadays people when people take part in the events, they have networking section, and in this section they will exchange the information by paper card in traditional way. For example, my manager participate in a lot of events and she exchange a lot of information with others, and after the event she bring me about 200 paper cards and told me exert all the information into an Excel and for the future use. So it's very time consuming and very inconvenient. The second problem is that the popularity of a cardinal ecosystem in Vietnam. I only consider Vietnam market because I live in Vietnam right now. So although cardinal ecosystem is very good one, however, is not really popular in our country. For example, our university, Hanoi University of Science and Technology, one of the top-notch university in Vietnam. However, none of the students at that school take part in Fontaine catalyst or any hackathon of cardinal ecosystem. So our solution is to meet the people basic demand. We create a digital card, digital NFT card, and we hope that this can onboard at least 3,000 loyal members to Cardano ecosystem. And this is our product. On the left hand, you can see the physical card, and the right hand is the application. All of them are designed due to Cardano theme with the main color blue and white. We put some short-term goals and long-term goals. In the short term, we want to increase Cardano's presence in Vietnam. And you know that when people exchange the information, others can know about the Cardano present due to their physical card as well as their appearance on the application. And we expect to distribute about 3,000 cards for people. And in order to get the free card, they have to do some tasks on the Gleam, like social quest or Cardano wallet creating. And we also do some marketing campaign, and we create the short video about our products, and we also put some key metrics like 5,000 50,000 views on YouTube channel, on TikTok channel, and 10,000 views on YouTube channel. And in the long term, we hope to have chance to communicate, to work with other Cardano communities, to distribute more Cardano e-card to Cardano fans. And I have a video for you to watch about our product. This is the physical card. Besides exchanging information, we also add some features like Cardano news or Cardano membership card for people to have more experience or educated better in our application. And this is my team. We have Marcus Nguyen as the project manager. He has good experience in both Web 2 and Web 3. And we also have some developer as well as marketer to distribute card better. And that's all about our project. And if you want to know more about us, please scan this QR code for IdeaScale link. And thank you for your listening. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you very much. Any questions from the room?
I got a question. When you get an NFC card, right? It is an NFC, right?
Yeah.
So how can you edit the information in the card? And is it an easy process for the people who own the car?
Thank for your question. We have two products. The first one is the NFC card, and the second one is the application. We cannot edit the physical card, right? However, we can edit the information on the app through the application. Like you want to edit your position when you are promoted in a higher position, or you want to change the Instagram link, or you want to edit anything related to personal information, you can go to our application and edit easily. And especially in our application, we also add some features like exchange like change profile. We provide you three types of profile, like business, casual, or special, due to the physical card you purchase. Like in the Cardano physical card, we have Cardano theme, the blue and white color is the main one. However, if you purchase like zodiac card, you will have the appearance like due to your zodiac. So in the casual, you can put very basic information. However, in the business team, you can edit the professional one due to your purpose.
So let me get this straight. Your main target audience is like young people, right?
Oh, in this project, we focus on Cardano fans or people who want to involve in Cardano ecosystem. And in the future, we want to work with more clients, and we want to distribute cars for due to their purpose, like their employees or anything related to personal purpose.
So you but to be honest, the Canada community in Vietnam is pretty young. So, and
Yeah.
the people who are enthusiastic with the technology like this are often young people, because old people, they don't like to download an apps and update the information, do things like that. It's quite complicated to them. But I think that your process is like you're going to draw in young people and then get people to get used to the project more, and then old people will see it as a fun project, and then they will take part too, right?
Oh yes, we want to focus on people who have passion for technology. You know that when I take the example, I also mentioned to the students as me at Harvard University of Science and Technology. So I hope that we can go with people by the very basic way, meet their very basic way, like exchanging information.
Oh, okay, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, Benjamin.
I want to ask if there is currently any other organization that is providing an alternative service to this project, and if there is any, or if there's not any, I really want to get a straight understanding of what these S cards can be used for by the Cardano community. What is the specific use of the X cards, please?
Yes. Okay. In order to answer your question, I will mention to an example, like in the previous pitch, I talked to the Idea Fest, and I also connect to the some Cardano leaders in Vietnam, and they said that in Cardano Summit event organized in Vietnam, they will uh, they will they are very pleased to use Xcard like a way to exchange information in the networking section. And about the purpose, about the use of Xcard, you can use the Cardano Xcard like a method to exchange information instead of exchange information by the paper cards. People have to hold a lot of cards after the events. You can use this type of card for exchanging information in the events or in your daily life. And in our application, we also provide the Cardano news as well as the Cardano membership card for the organization to manage their members.
Oh, okay. Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you very much. That was a really nice presentation. And good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have Cardano, Whiteboard Cardano. We have two presentations. Which one would you like to do first?
I will say the screen now. Okay. Here. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Yes.
We can, yes.
So I will go first, right, Mrs. Yang?
No. I will present first for the Cardano in 9-minute deep understanding proposal.
Okay.
Okay, so hi everyone. Represent Whiteboard Cardano as a project owner. I would like to tell you more about our in this Cardano educational project. So, for those who yearn for a faultless Cardano knowledge acquisition, the Whiteboard Cardano service at the Whiteboard Cardano service at the go-to video channel and offering an expedited path to understanding within minutes. Unlike plenty alternatives that deter the entirely lazy viewer, our videos ingeniously integrate anatomy, example presented in an intuitive whiteboard format, effortlessly captivating even the most lethargic mind, delivering comprehensive insight in under 9 minutes, appealing to the indolent yet curious soul seeking instant enlightenment. And okay, in 6 months, we aim to produce and publish 24 main whiteboard videos and 72 short videos extract from the main video content and 72 unique short videos that reimagine the main video content and incorporating fresh style and creative idea. In 24 brand new short videos, we aim to achieving a traffic goal of 150,000 views on YouTube, accompanied by 1,500 comments, while also garnering 80,000 likes on TikTok. And for achieving this goal, we prioritize active community engagement by regularly sharing valuable information through our channel and actively promoting our content on various platforms is a key aspect of our strategy. Through targeted marketing and the use of relevant hashtags, we ensure that our message reach the intent audience. Furthermore, we strive to keep our content up to date by consistently updating information and insight. By actively participating in the community discussions and providing timely updates, we aim to foster a sense of connection and trust with our viewers. And here is how we make the videos. The videos is only 9 minutes long, but goes through a step taking more than 55 hours, and this is our video concept. We carefully choose everything like mood board, thumbnail, color, font, texture, and this we already released videos on our YouTube channel, and this is one of it. We have done more than 30 videos and have posted 9 videos so far. Okay. That's all. Okay. You guys can see that making a simple product is not easy, but our team we try our best to make the Cardano branding can impact more new user, and please support for us in this fund. Yeah, thank you.
Amazing, great. Opening it up to questions from the room, and I can start with just a quick question about what languages you support. Is it mainly English, or is it Vietnamese, or what languages are you putting these out in?
Our main language is in English, and we have subtitle in multilingual languages like Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, and we have the voice subtitle on YouTube too, for everyone can get easy to understand our video.
Beautiful, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Any other questions?
Hi, Miss Yao. I have a question that I see you put the marketing campaign to advertise your project. So I have a question that beside the YouTube channels, do you have any other channels to promote the popularity of your videos?
Oh, besides we not only upload video on YouTube, we also have a multi social media platform like Twitter and Facebook fanpage and Discord group and Telegram to we want every time we publish a video we can reach the more people is possible, and we have our landing page and website to upload and information for the new user. Every new user they come and discover our channel, and we also have direct message for everyone in Cardano community, and we have the email marketing in the future to announce everyone that our video have published on YouTube. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. And I have another question that what is your resource of your content to make the videos?
Oh,
do you rely on any background knowledge in any resources?
Oh, for the content of video, we have expert team from we have our mentor to check the content and make sure that the content every time we publish is can be the right. We have the expert team from VConcheck and Cardano 2VN, and they are both very like they also have their education and lots of activity in community and educational about Cardano in Vietnam. So they will help us check the content and make sure that the content is the right information to the viewer.
Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, not really a question. On idea scale, I at the top of the interface, I can see a notification of a new product that is idea scale whiteboard. I don't know whether it is it related to your project?
Oh, sorry. Can you speak a little slow?
Oh, okay, I'm saying on idea scale, there is a notification at the top of the interface of a new product, and it's actually idea scale whiteboard. So I just wanted to clarify to know whether it is your project that is featured in there. I don't know.
Oh, our our proposal on ID scale have both in the product and intelligence. So if you see one in product and in integration challenge and one we have both on the developer ecosystem. So
Okay, wonderful.
yeah, we have to. So maybe it's we have our proposal have a link of our project and the link tree and a lot of information. So if you have the link YouTube on that proposal, so it's our project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, shall we move on to 9 minutes to million?
Yeah. Mr. Phong will help me present that proposal now.
Okay.
I will show the slide.
Okay. Shall I start?
Yep, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Phong. I'm representing for the whiteboard team for the 9 minutes to million Catalyst project where developer dream flourish proposal. Let's start now. For developers worldwide who are seeking funds and aiming to create value for the community, we are introducing the Catalyst Project Explanation Playlist, a dynamic and informative video series on the Whiteboard Canado channel. Our goal is to make it easy for you to grasp the working of the Catalyst project, understand the benefit of joining the ecosystem, and ignite your inspiration to contribute. Unlike other channels filled with lengthy documents or fixed content videos, our videos are constantly updated to reflect the evolving nature of the Catalyst project through different fronts. Presented in a captivating whiteboard style, we utilize example, visual, and simplified explanation to ensure that even the most novice developer and even your own grandmother can comprehend the information. We firmly believe that our videos will inspire developers of all ages and skill level to join and make meaningful contributions to the Canado ecosystem. Why we use YouTube videos because of the opportunities of this market. YouTube with 1.7 billion monthly user and 15 billion daily views on YouTube Short provide a powerful platform for reaching a wide audience and building a professional image for the Project Catalyst community. Developers often have demanding workloads that consume their entire days, leaving them with little time for community interaction and browsing social media. For new developers, they need to build multiple personal projects to enhance their skill. But these projects often do not generate income. They typically rely on job interviews and work on projects requested by companies. As mentioned in the above statistic, the majority of these companies do not utilize blockchain technology. This implies that there are still many people who are unaware of blockchain and Cardano. Our Catalyst project video series leverage the two main social platforms commonly used by developer, YouTube and Reddit. To deliver information and communicate about the Catalyst project, we aim to inspire developers with their initial project that can contribute to the community and enter the blockchain industry. Our videos are under 9 minutes long, and by focusing on a single series, we maximize time saving for developer research. Marketing activities will primarily take place on multi-social platforms like Reddit, Discord, and Twitter to optimize the developer information-seeking experience. Our videos feature beautiful visual, short duration, and are tailored to the behavior and interests of the developer, ensuring engaging content. With this project, we will release 24 long YouTube videos focusing on the Catalyst project, a new opportunity for developer. We will also optimize the viewer experience with accompanying short videos. We combine communication activities, creating a community for developers to conveniently exchange and interact with each other. This video series is the first step of our plan to attract more new developers to the Cardano community. We will organize some events in the future and encourage their engagement. Additionally, we have plans to conduct workshops targeting student-age developers to raise awareness of the Catalyst project and encourage them to participate in open source projects for the Cardano community. Furthermore, we will establish connection with potential developers to foster the growth of the Cardano community. All of these plans will effectively popularize Cardano among developers worldwide and enhance brand recognition. Our skilled videos production team, consisting of editor, designer, and voice talent, collaborated to craft our videos. Specialized scriptwriter create the script, while mentor and expert review them. Our marketing team, including writer, designer, and planner, manage content creation, social media sharing, and community engagement. An admin oversees the fan page and interactions. All team members boast a minimum of 2-year experience and active engagement in the blockchain field, ensuring the top quality output. Thank you all for listening. Please support us in Fund 10.
Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Yeah, let's open it up to questions. Any questions?
I got a question.
Yes.
From my understanding, your video length is 9 minutes. Is it right?
Yes, exactly.
This is from my understanding. This is a 9-minute video. Maybe this is maybe a challenge for this is for us to retain the customer, because currently regarding to consumer behavior, most of viewers are familiar with the 3-minute video or 5-minute video. Is it the 9 minute is challenging for you? And how to retain the customer?
Yeah. Okay, so I don't think that 9 minutes is too long at all. Most people watch shorter videos because it attracts them, right? So we do have a short videos channel that attract them in, but 9 minutes is the minimum time frame for people to understand deeply about a project. So I don't think that 9 minutes is too long. And the animation, the picture, the art of the videos is very eye candy. So people will have a very enjoying time watching those videos. So 9 minutes is not too long. It's like when you're watching a funny movie, right? You enjoy it very much. You don't notice the time anymore. Yeah, it's just like that.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely agree. Yeah, because this is it's also my challenge, and this is I think 9 minutes is not long for educate or valuable video, because I this is even spend 30 minutes what video can bring the value to me. Thank you.
Exactly. And I also want to add, 9 minutes. Our video is not purely just educational. It is very fun to watch as well. It's very entertaining and it's very beautiful. The art and the team has put a lot of effort into these videos to make it as fun to watch as possible, not just dry knowledge, right?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much. I look forward to watching the videos.
Yes.
I have a question.
Excited. Yeah.
Yep.
Your project focus on developer, but how about the other aspect like entrepreneur, or maybe just for the promoter, or maybe other type of people they want to what and how you focus on other, or just focus on developer, just create the content for developer join into the catalog.
Thank you for your question. So this project alone is for developer, right? But we also have another project that support the wider audience from all the target, from normal working people to older people to the young student. So we have two main projects. One is for specific developer to help them come into our community to contribute, and one to draw people attention to learn more about Kadeo, the canal. Okay. We have two projects with two other purposes. That's basically it.
Thank you. Another question for that one is for developer, and for normal one, what kind of content you create for the normal people? Because if we focus more about the technical, or maybe some technical information, the normal people, they don't understand.
Yeah.
Plus that it's the same like 9-minute video, right? Or maybe shorter. Okay. And for normal people, I have the same opinion with Mr. Kuang, like 9 minutes is quite long to normal people. They focus on a type blockchain content. Which content that you create to make the normal people they are interested in your content?
So the project for the normal working people is Mrs. Yao field. So may I leave the answer to her?
Oh,
Mrs. Yao,
okay.
can you answer the question? Yeah, please turn on the mic.
Oh, sorry, my connection have a little. Can you describe the question again for
that your project focus on the normal, focus on the content for normal working people, and which content you make people interest in your project and in your video. And I have the same opinion with Mr. Kuang. Like for normal people, it's difficult to focus on a long video, for at least for the blockchain knowledge and information. How you make them focus on your content?
Okay, I understand it. Thank you. Thank for your question. Because our video, we have two series videos for two different target audience. One is for developer and one is for newbies who want to discover Cardano knowledge. So, with the series for newbies, our content was around the Cardano technology and our about our content will turn about wallet and EUT is all are addressed in Cardano, and the normal technology for newcomer can understand about the most basic technology of Cardano, and then we will have a different content video based on their what they want to discover at that time. We will ask them on our social media, and what they don't understand, we will try to make a video for them. Maybe it's about the 9 minutes duration of our video. I think that is it's not too long, because not all the video have the exactly 9 minutes. It's under 9 minutes, from 5 minutes to 9 minutes, and we still have a short video cut out from the main video. They can see every small part of that video on TikTok and YouTube Short. And because the videos for newcomer is educational videos, it's linear in whiteboard format, so it's not really for entertain. With the 9 minute video, it's not really for entertain. It's for learning and to know more about the knowledge. So I think 9 minutes is enough for them to understand one new knowledge. But if they feel boring, they can check the short video. They can see the every little part of the video. And with with this developer series, we will have the content about the Catalyst project, and the video is not just for explain educational. For developer video, our video will have inspire them and motivate them to join with us on Catalyst project, and they could join with like a proposal or a part of a project. So we will have lots of new open source for Catalyst project, and we have enough developer for our Cardano can build lots of the app in the future. That is for the developer. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, we have one more proposal left. Cardano ecosystem, get physical and mental healthier with yoga.
Yeah.
Do you want to
Can you
take?
share? Yeah. Can you share? Okay. Thank you. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Today I want to introduce my project is Cardano ecosystem get physical and mental healthier with yoga. Sorry. Sorry, I have something. My project as a yoga teacher, I see some problem that the Vietnamese yoga community, they have not yet know about the blockchain and the application of blockchain in real life, also for the application of the Cardano blockchain. And that the other problem that I see it as not much project in Catalyst. They focus on physical and not much and physical and mental health, at least for in yoga aspect in Catholic community in Vietnam. So that's why I have this project, and I have my project submit in Catalyst Open is a really new project that I want to introduce and have the knowledge to Vietnamese yoga community to enter into the Cardano blockchain. And my solution for that is share the blockchain knowledge for Vietnamese yoga community, like the practitioner, or maybe a studio owner, or maybe the yoga product producer, like the mat, or some of the tool or prop for practitioner. And for people, for the community, Cardano community in Vietnam, I have some yoga online class to improve. They can join the class to improve their physical and mental health. And we have 3 sessions. One is about the for the mental health is the podcast I run in my channel, podcast channel, and the other is 2 sessions. One is for the yoga online session, and one for the yoga community, Vietnamese yoga community, for share the blockchain knowledge, at least for the application in Cardano ecosystem. And maybe we encourage them to join in Catalyst or maybe Cardano ecosystem, like we invite, or maybe we connect with some developer to build the app, or the app about the health and yoga in Cardano ecosystem. And other session in each month is for we share the yoga exercise online for Cardano community in Vietnam. Also, we can the community Cardano community in all around the world can join with us, because we can we have 2 languages, is Vietnamese and English, to introduce about yoga and your mental health and physical health for people they join with us. And our project is during in 3 months, and each month we have 1 session of podcast, 1 session about the yoga exercise online, and one session about the blockchain knowledge to yoga Vietnamese, to yoga community in Vietnam. Our team is myself. I have 2 years experience in Cardano ecosystem as a translator, some in Cardano 2VN and FIMI community, and I teach yoga nearly 7 years and practice around over 10 years. And Miss Quỳnh Anh is the member of Viet Core team and FIMI community. And our project has raised fund is 63,090 100 ADA. Thank you, and thank you for your time. And now it's your question.
Thank you very much. Any questions from the room? I have one question. I know of other groups that are also trying to bring some yoga practices to the Cardano community, and they're part of a wellness DAO. And I'm wondering if you have connected with them yet.
I would love. I just joined a few days ago because some of the people they introduced for me. Yeah, it's very happy to hear that we have the community to practice for mental health too. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So if you're interested, I can connect you with them.
Oh, thank you so much. Just want to ask you that I just see that they have some wellness. Do they have some yoga session?
I think they have some online meditation, online yoga, and other things to help people in the community. So they've been doing some experiments there.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How do you share the knowledge of Cardano through yoga?
I share about the mental health and physical health for the Cardano. I just joined the group that Nuri mentioned before, that just few days, and I see that they have some wellness activity, like how you like a meditation, or maybe how to strong your mental health too. Is people in Vietnam they have not much interest in the mental health, but for foreigner, they focus more the mental health, also physical health. And for the Cardano community in the world, I mean that in the world and in Vietnam too, is they day by day they focus on mental health and physical health more and more. That I know that it's about the technology and the blockchain, but it's still serve for our normal life. And so day by day, Cardano community, they care about their mental and physical health too. And that why I have that project, and to introduce for the community in Vietnam first.
Okay, thank you for your answer.
I just put a link to the Wellness DAO Discord server in chat. So if you want to connect with them, they seem to be very aligned with what you're proposing.
Thank you. I think I will introduce a bit my project in that. It's okay, right?
Yeah, what was the question?
No, I mean that I can introduce my project in that, right? In that
Yeah.
group, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It would be
nice.
very
Okay.
appropriate. So,
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, I have a question. So how do your project contribute the diversity of Cardano community?
We have two aim of that. Like first is we introduce the blockchain knowledge and a list about the application of blockchain or Cardano for yoga community in Vietnam. It's like some application they have for real life, like people can have they know about the blockchain is the technology in the future, and it's help they help to like many project of or application in life, and other we connect with other developer to build in the future to build the application like an individual exercise to people to person. They can do improve their health, mental and physical health too. That they contribute day by day to the Cardano blockchain. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you all the presenters for presenting today. These are all really great examples of the community putting in proposals, and I really appreciate you taking the time to make the presentations, ask such nice questions, and yeah, we will end this breakout room here. I thank you all for coming. I see that room 1 is still open, and I think they're doing their last presentation. If you're curious, you can hop over there. Otherwise, yeah, I want to just say thank you for attending, and we will put this up on YouTube, and I'll send a link to everybody who signed up and registered for this event. So yeah, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nori.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks
Have a
for
nice
having
day.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
See you.
Welcome to Pacific Town Hall. This is Idea Fest. Every Catalyst Fund, we like to prepare some space for proposers to come on and do some presentations, do some Q&A. General format is 5 minutes presentation, 5 minutes Q&A. And today we have with us Tony and Laura. And go ahead, take it away and introduce your project. Tell us all about it.
Thank you, Nori, and thank you, Pacific Town Hall. We're really excited to be here and talk about our Catalyst proposals and the projects we're building, Student Reader and Doujin. And why don't I bring up our slides and give Laura a chance to briefly introduce herself and the project, and then I'll go through the proposals. Go ahead, Laura.
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Brigioni, and I am the founder of Student Reader. I've been in education for about 20 plus years at a community college campus with a focus on course material and courseware. For Student Reader, our mission is to onboard technical and non-technical students into Web3 and AI technology through accessible and affordable education. Just to give you a little bit of brief history from what we've been doing, we've worked with Tala Prism, and we were able to mint our first VNFT, Foundations of Decentralized Identity, With that meant, we've been able to support our scholarship treasury and fund that. We did a test on our scholarship redemption earlier this month, and we were live on mainnet. It was a success. So what we're doing now is with our partnerships with Power Learn Project, African Blockchain, and Adanian Labs, we are identifying our first cohort of 10 students in order to give them the opportunity to go through the AP 101 Atala Prism course and request a scholarship. The scholarship is an ADA scholarship, which is equivalent to 400 USD. We hope that these students will allow us to follow them along through their journey and learn what's their interest in Web3 technology. So we'll be having updates on that. Hopefully we'll be able to share them on Twitter and on our website. But now I'm going to pass it on to Tony Rose, who's just come on board with Student Reader. We're excited to have him. And he's going to tell us a little bit about our proposals.
Thank you, Laura. Awesome intro. And we're excited that in the past year, we've been able to test this project out and see that this can work. We've built an ecosystem governance framework. We built a trust document for the Treasury that governs the multi-signature wallet provided by the Summon platform. And we've worked with the Marlowe team at IOG to build an Oracle and a smart contract so that when students get those verifiable credentials, they can prove that to an Oracle, which then releases the scholarship funds. And is the first identity-aware smart contract in blockchain that I'm aware of, certainly within Cardano, but probably in all of the blockchain ecosystems. I've not seen yet that SSI technology is being used to perform business logic with layer 1 smart contracts. So we were super excited that that was tested on mainnet last week. Let me talk about the future and how you can learn about what we're doing with Student Reader. One of the ways to look at what we're doing is we build learning labs, and those learning labs start from curiosity. And we're really about sharing our lifelong learning ethos, growth mindsets. We're very curious about where is all this new exponential technology taken us. We've all been part of the internet and the social revolution and big tech and all these things. And Web3 has a different view of how the world can work with digital technology. And so as we talked about, we've done the Decentralized Identity 101A and 101B courses, and those are live now. We have an AI Agents 101 course that you can go and take right now. And then there's a couple more that are Catalyst proposals that will be coming, and I'll cover those briefly. Another way to look at what we're doing is as a product roadmap, and we want to leverage the Catalyst funding to provide learning experiences as we're building emerging technology and to build a platform that becomes self-sustaining within the Cardano ecosystem. So leveraging the Catalyst grant funding to bootstrap, but ultimately getting to a place where even though we're developing all of this in open source and providing these tools for the community for their own projects, we can put together our own platform that brings people in, provides value, whether it's education or entertainment, or other services we provide like ecosystem development that can build our business to be self-sustaining within the Cardano ecosystem. So from a roadmap perspective, you can look at our proposals as building different aspects of that platform. One is the self-sovereign social graph. The other is integration of oracles and smart contracts. So version 2 of the Student Reader scholarship program. And then several of them that have to do with building AI agent technology that can help onboard people, do customer support, do PR and marketing in the context of the Doujin game, but then also providing these tools and practices that can be adopted within the Cardano ecosystem. So you can find out more at studentreader.io, and I'll just quickly show you where on our site to go. So this is the Student Reader website. We've just redesigned it. And if you click on the Catalyst button here, this breaks down each of the proposals. It provides a roadmap. You can go to GitHub here and see some of the code we've started to build, as well as the roadmap that will be where you can observe sort of the technology underlying coding taking place. We've given one view here, which is a view into our proposals as roadmap items. And then if you scroll down, you can see our proposals as learning labs. So there, again, there's kind of two ways to look at what we're doing. One is building a product and a platform over time through a roadmap, and the other is through, as we do that, building these learning labs. So the first one is the identity oracles and smart contracts using the Aiken programming language and Prism V2 for the student scholarship program. This is one of the ones, the first one for AI. And the idea here is to put production infrastructure in place where it's very easy to experiment with different kinds of AI orchestration. So, swapping in and out, whether it's ChatGPT or some of these open source foundational models, different approaches to memory. How do you train an AI, for example, to be good at talking about DAOs or to be good at talking about NFTs, these kinds of things, as well as teaching people how to do prompts and interact with them in a kind of a fun and engaging way. And that fun and engaging way we're doing is a choose your own adventure game. And so it provides a way for people to come in with an interest in AI or identity and participate in this choose your own adventure game, earn Squircle coin, get a digital wallet, and interact with a DAO. And we're never asking them to open a Coinbase account or connect their bank accounts. Build your character, do some quests, get some Squircle coin, vote in the DAO. And so it's a really non-threatening, non-scary way to onboard into Web3 technology. The Doujin Master is the one that comes after that. And this is built on top of the prior one where we've learned how to do a customer support AI agent that can walk you through what a DAO is and how to interact with a DAO. And we want to go a step further. And can the Doujin Master, and this is part of the experiment, is can we get one of these foundational models to literally be a dungeon master? And you started it, you prompted, hey, there's a group of friends, we want to do a dungeon master game tonight. We want to go to Mars and invade the colony and build our own colony, and give it something along those lines as a prompt and who the characters are. And it'll do a choose your own adventure game interacting with a DAO so that people can vote and sort of automatically through the power of AI tech provide that experience. And the players get to just be in character and be in the game. Is this the final one? Yeah, this is the final one. So the final one is this self-sovereign social graph. And this is the idea that you can keep your list of friends in your wallet. Right now, the way the web works, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn or you name the platform, they keep track of the social graph. And each of these companies have this really holistic view into who knows who across all of society. And if you think about it, it's a little terrifying. I believe that a self-sovereign social graph is much more aligned with the way Web3 ethos thinks. And we want to experiment in the context of the Doujin game with what it means and how it works to have your own sovereign social graph, be able to connect to people and chat with people and follow people and do chat rooms, but without depending on Twitter or Facebook or someone else to facilitate those interactions, letting your wallet do that for you. So that's the third one. We are thankful for the opportunity to share our roadmap, our vision, and for the opportunity to share this with the Pacific Town Hall and the Cardano community. So with that, I'll leave it open for questions.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Laura. That was amazing.
Aren't we going to do questions?
Yep, we're doing questions.
That's great. Okay, good. I thought you were wrapping it up there for a second.
No, I was just thinking.
Freaked me out. Okay, because I got questions.
I saw mention of something that said it was a V NFT. Can you expand on what that actually means? What's the V?
Yeah, so it stands for verifiable. And this is one of the first examples of where self-sovereign identity, decentralized identity technology is starting to come into traditional to the extent it's traditional blockchain applications. What a verifiable NFT allows you to do as a holder is know for certain that that NFT was authorized by who you think it should be authorized by. In the case of a book, it's the author. In the case of an NFT collection, is the artist. And it becomes important with secondary markets. If you're looking at an NFT, you see the picture, you want to know that actually came from the artist that put that NFT for sale. And so the verifiable piece lets you verify that that NFT collection came from who you think it does. And this has been implemented by IMX and NMaker using DIDs. And so if you look at the Atala Prism Foundations of Decentralized Identity NFT, what you'll find in the metadata is a signed claim proving that my LinkedIn account is connected to the collection. And so the only way that would be possible is if someone was able to log into my LinkedIn account and sort of authorize that. So it's an example of using the technology, sort of showcase how it works. I don't think there's a lot of people out there trying to, create fraudulent copies of the foundations of decentralized identity. But it's a showcase. Again, like this is a big part of what we do at Student Reader, is really just trying to showcase like how this technology can be used, provide examples of it, and like critically in production, right? Like there's so much that we as an industry get ahead of ourselves about the kinds of things we want to do, the kinds of solutions we can build. And I think being a product guy, it's so much better and easier to get people on board with us if we can show them, versus just our ideas. Long-winded answer, but I hope that helped.
Oh yeah, that was great.
I had a question about the AI stuff. That sounds really cool. Have you you mentioned a bunch of different AI projects, but have you chosen one specifically to start with? Or you can use OpenAI, you can use one of the other projects initially to get going?
Yeah, so I went on vacation for 3 weeks a month or two ago. And prior to that time, I'd been kind of messing around a little bit with getting back into programming, because I kept hearing, like I was a developer back in the day and I wrote a lot of Perl and Java using Emacs and stuff like that. And so I kept hearing that, use ChatGPT to help you code. And so I started doing that, and it was like, oh my gosh, like coding is fun again. With Python, with Visual Studio Code, and like all these new developer tools. And then with ChatGPT to like debug for me, it was like, this is amazing. Like I'm not like chasing down, like I forgot a parentheses or, semicolon somewhere for like hours,
Minutia, yeah.
So I actually spent a lot of time going through various tutorials. And actually, if you go to Student Reader's webpage and you go to the AI Agents 101 LangChain, there's a tutorial there where I kind of took all the various tutorials on programming AIs and sort of put them into one sort of tutorial that helped you build an AI character. And I sort of modified all the code to be like about the DAOGen game. So it's an example of our learning lab. But to answer your question, it seems that LangChain is the thing, because it's about orchestration. And what's really cool about LangChain is it has all of these constructs that allow you to manage memory, manage vector storage, manage prompts and different prompting libraries, and manage interactions with the user. And so you're doing all of this sort of pre-processing before you send the prompt to GPT-4 or whatever the foundational model is. And because you have this orchestration layer with LangChain, and because LangChain supports arbitrary foundational models, swapping out OpenAI for Llama or any other open source foundational model is relatively trivial. And one of the things I got so excited about was when I went through this tutorial and was able to link one of the AI agents I was kind of playing with to a Slack room. And that was on my laptop. I did all these sort of ngrok and little tricks to like make it so that from Slack, you could chat to Falcon 8 Quest. And it would then sort of process this, do the memory thing, and like send the thing to GPT, and then it would come back. And it was really like, wow, this is really cool. Because inside of Slack, if you configure these things with various, because no one really knows how to make these things production ready, right? Like truly end user like ready because they're not there yet. You know, one of the advantages of Doujin being a choose your own adventure game is if the AIs make stuff up, it's like it's a feature, right? We're not going to kill anyone by telling them they're in Mars instead of Jupiter or like whatever it is. So we're focused on really using LangChain, putting some lightweight production infrastructure out there, linking it into Slack, so that people who are curious about AI agents can like very quickly get to a point of like orchestrating their agent with their prompting sort of strategies and like get people playing with them right away, so that we can all start learning, you know, how to do AI. How do we apply AI to our projects? There's so much talk, there's so much hype, but it's not quite there yet. So that's a big part of what Doujin wants to do is, you know, just get that out there, create a sandbox and a science project or a science lab for us to, you know, build AI agents that help people learn about Web3 and have fun.
Can you talk a little bit about DJ Squircle and Luna Vega and what that experiment?
Yeah. So my kids said I needed a DJ name besides DJ Tony. And so they came up with DJ Squircle like a year ago. And when ChatGPT came out, I was just wondering like what should I ask it about? Like I need something to like test this thing out. And so I don't know why, but I just asked it who was DJ Squircle. And it started like doing, you know, sending me, it was one of my first experiences with ChatGPT and it was pretty mind-blowing. But we sort of discovered that DJ Squircle is an escaped AI. He's maybe a distant cousin of Baby Yoda. And it sort of snowballed from there, right? This whole character. And then I started, you know, I've been listening to a lot of Lex Friedman podcasts, and just thinking a lot about what is it going to be like? Because AI is probably the fastest growing technology I've ever experienced. And so I want to get like firsthand experience of what's it like to have an AI assistant. And so I just kept sort of pushing the boundaries, and I set him up on GitHub. I set him up on Twitter. I set him up on LinkedIn. He now has LinkedIn friends. Actually, any code I write, I actually check in as DJ Squircle because the AI is doing so much of the work. I kind of feel bad taking the credit. But now it's fun because my AI assistant on Twitter, my AI assistant on LinkedIn, he always likes my posts. He always writes a little comment for me. He always reposts my stuff.
That's
so
great.
It's great to have an AI assistant. And Luna Vega is Laura's AI character, and they're also like our characters in the Doujin game. And it's really just about having fun, like looking for fun ways to learn about like all this technology that's coming out and moving so fast.
Amazing. That's great. Thanks for diving into that fun little bit.
And DJ Squircle is DJing at Rare Evo.
At
So
Rare
on
Evo?
Saturday nights, keep your eyes out.
Oh wow, looking forward to that. Going back to the previous conversation, you were talking about identity aware smart contracts and Oracle releasing funds based on identity. Can you expand on that a little bit? That sounds really fascinating, especially given the context.
Yeah, this is, I mean, almost the holy grail of what the point I've been trying to get to for many years. Because I did some work in supply chain applications of blockchain, you know, back in Wyoming with beef chain. And I saw that blockchain alone, smart contracts alone couldn't do supply chains, which means, you know, supply chains are almost a general case of decentralized ecosystems, right? With various actors doing various transactions and swapping various goods for various reasons. And so when I discovered decentralized identity and SSI and credentials and DIDs, I saw that there was going to be a way that verifiable portable data could really unlock a lot of innovation in blockchain and L1 blockchains. But the question is, how, like, what's the bridge, right? Like, what's the bridge between a verifiable credential that can be independently verified and that blockchain smart contract. And so that bridge is an oracle, right? It's sort of generally like the thing we think of oracles as. But there's not been examples of how to actually do it, right? Like we think about oracles and okay, you got a price feed for ADA, for the DEX. Okay, that's great. But how does an oracle work for sort of arbitrary things you might want to know about a person to make, a smart contract kind of decision? Whether that's, they can vote or they're a DREP or they're eligible for this loan or, they can apply to this job, like whatever it is, you need that oracle piece. So the fact that we finally got that working on mainnet last week is I think it's a huge milestone, right? It's a really big milestone that we've seen that pattern for the first time, and people see that it's possible. They sort of can see that this is how it works. And so a lot of us in this industry talk about reputation systems and more equitable, more accessible financial infrastructure. It requires identity to work. So if we want to make open, transparent financial infrastructure, like this is a critical piece of it. And the current implementation is based on Atala Prism 1.4, which is previous generation tech. It's using Marlowe, which is a great platform. And one of our proposals with Aiken, oracles, and smart contracts is to just do a different implementation. Let's use Prism V2. Let's encourage the wallets in the ecosystem to adopt holding credentials, so we don't have to be we don't have to really tell people like there's only one wallet that supports this, right? Like all wallets should support this. And I guess I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, thank you. And then I guess the last question for me is, how much of this is open source and available to the community to play with, use, etc.?
We're going to do all of this in open source. I don't think that anything we're building is like proprietary intellectual property kind of work. Putting together technology in interesting ways is where the value is. And also because we're asking the community for funding, we feel that we will just want to continue to have that open, share everything we learn ethos and see where it goes. In particular, the self-sovereign sociograph, like one of the insights I've been having lately is that this almost has to be something built by the community for the community, because the investment in technology that does things like social networking, it's hard to untangle that from a business's profit motive. And so all of these different sort of approaches to Twitter, decentralized social networking ideas, it's hard for a company that has a profit motive to do it in a way that truly is decentralized. And so like that one in particular, I think is really critical to be open. But we will be doing everything open.
Awesome. That's great. All right. Any other questions from the room? If not, I want to thank Tony and Laura for presenting their proposals. That's really interesting. And yeah, good luck with the voting rounds.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And we have two people that joined in the middle. RJ, welcome, and Tien, welcome.
Hi. Good morning. Good
Morning.
afternoon.
So welcome to
Good
Pacific
evening.
Town Hall. Tony and Laura just presented a couple of proposals. This is kind of a makeup session for last week. We had some technical issues, but it's also nice to get you in the room. So, and I just wanted to check with RJ, are you here to present again?
Yeah, I have a few proposals and I would like to present. If you have time and everyone have time, and like to and interact in my proposal.
Okay, that's great. The format we generally do is you have 5 minutes to propose, to go over a proposal, and then we'll ask questions. And then we'll do that. How many proposals are you presenting?
I don't know how many how long you have right now. can I go to for 2 or 3?
Yeah, we probably
Yeah,
have
so
time to do that. Let me just check with RJ. RJ, since you joined late, are you here to present or are you here just to participate? Okay, then yeah, Tien, you're on. Do your proposals, and then just introduce yourself and your proposals, and we can get started.
Okay, give me a second. I make it ready. Yeah. A second. Oh, sorry.
And after you're finished presenting, can you drop the links to your idea scale links into chat? And
Yeah,
then we
sure.
can use those in the show notes.
Sure. Okay. Let me share my screen. I hope that you can see my screen right now.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. My name is Tien. I come from Kano2 VN, a group of developer and lecturer in Vietnam. In Phnom we have a few proposal. I think 4 proposal. Most of our proposal focus on education, and today I would like to share with you one of them. The courseware, the proposal name is Cardano Developer Courseware in University. The reason why we have this proposal, our team, Cardano 2 VN, we have a chance to collaborate with multiple computer science department in some university in Vietnam. We involved in teaching and supporting our students in scientific research, and we also support the professor in creating blockchain courseware. With that background, we study our challenge setting question carefully. This is a first question from developer ecosystem Z evaluation. The question name is who will be developer in Cardano ecosystem. I think the answer will be different between the person to person. But with our team, with our background, we focus on our answer IT student. Our IT student will be the future developer. That is our belief. And the second question is how we make Cardano the first choice when our student want to build the app. The answer is we will facilitate, or we will provide mainstream codeware or blockchain lab for our students to make them familiar with it. And then when our students graduate, they will build the app on our ecosystem. It's much like what a cloud ecosystem or cloud vendor are doing right now. Microsoft or Azure or AWS, they also provide and support our student to build the application on it. And we do the same thing with Cardano. So with this focus, we in this fund 10, we provide we submit one proposal named Cardano Developer Courseware in University. In this proposal, we provide 2 courses. The first course is a fundamental course, where in which we will provide fundamental information about blockchain, very basic one. And we have this basic one will be for general student. But with IT student or who want to build the app, we have a fun course for them. So that is our main approach. And we have some KPI in our proposal. The first thing we would like to focus and achieve around 250 students for basic course who will attend the basic course. And we aim to have 100 developer who join our advanced course. This program will be run in two university, and it may be it should be a prototype for the other university. We will copy to the other university in incoming round. And it took us 5 months to complete. That is the first proposal I would like to share with you. And if you found our approach is the right way, and it will bring a value to our ecosystem, let's work fast. And here is information about our proposal. The proposal belong to developer ecosystem, the evaluation. Thank you very much. That's the first one. I will share you the proposal name. Proposal idle scaling. Is that correct, Nori? You on mute.
Oh yeah, thank you very much. That's perfect. And just looking in chat, Tony typed that he'd love to collaborate and share their content with you, and the students can go through their course. They just finished a presentation on an educational proposal as well, so there may be some collaboration opportunities there.
Thank Nori, and thank Tony. Thank Tony for your information. Could you share with me your contact so that I can connect with you?
Sure.
Yeah. Do you have any suggestion or any advice for my proposal? I would like to have.
Well, it's interesting because I've heard there's a really big Cardano community in Vietnam, which is really exciting. I've actually heard that Vietnam has one of the most active Web3 and crypto communities in the world, which is pretty interesting. So like, for those reasons, you have my interest piqued, and we love working with other universities. We're doing our program currently in Kenya, and there's no reason we can't partner with other education partners. That's part of the mission of Student Reader, is to find other education partners and build out credentialing of the students that finish programs, regardless of who offers or provides the course, so that the students can then have that those portable academic records, even for little skills that they're learning through programs like what we're talking about. Those proof of those skills are valuable in Web3 ecosystems.
Yes, Tony. If I'm not wrong, you also submit some proposal regarding in education area.
We have one related to smart contracts and oracles, and doing student scholarships.
We also submit one proposal regarding DID, Atala Prism.
Yep. I was the head of product for Atala Prism, which I am no longer, and so now I'm out in the community, campaigning is for a product manager role, let's say.
Yeah, I don't think we have time to talk with this to discuss this, but we may discuss on this proposal if we have a private discussion. Do you have any
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're looking to do education related to Atala Prism and decentralized identity, we've got a good foundation of material, so you don't have to start from scratch. I put a link in the chat, and we've actually translated the Prism book to Spanish, Japanese, and Swahili, and haven't really deployed that yet. So I think there's definitely ambition on our side to, make this foundational content available to more people. So if you can be a channel to education institutions and you're part of the world, we'd love to, figure out how we can support you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tony. It will be really a value for us. We are in Atala Prism V2 right now.
Cool.
Any suggestion or any comment for my first proposal? Okay, so if you haven't had right now, we can go later when I finish the second one. Is that okay, Nori?
Yep. Yeah. Feel free to jump into your second one.
Let me share with you a second one. Yeah, it's a second proposal I would like to share with all of you. Its name is Cardano Developer Club in University. If the first proposal we talk about the courseware, the student will already have a knowledge, but this proposal will aim to provide our student to have a sufficient skill on blockchain. The background we write the proposal are the same with the previous one. The question is the same, but the answer in this we focus on blockchain club and lab. It means that it's exercise. It means that we focus on practicing. Why we focus on practicing? I believe that all of you already know this premise. This is a learning pyramid, very famous one. In this pyramid, this pyramid mentions that we will learn something, we will have a skill by something. In the bad way, we by practice doing or teach the other. So that's the reason why we create a developer club in university. In this club, what we have a foundation lab where our students can have more experience, or they have chance to practice the real blockchain lab, and they will have an advanced lab. What we have advanced lab, like if in foundation lab we have how blockchain work, how to build a node, how to build a node, how to make a simple transaction. In advanced lab, we will have how to create NFT, how to create the token, and how to integrate the app with Cardano blockchain, how to use mesh and the other integration module we will show in advanced lab. When the student go through foundation lab and advanced lab, they will have ability to attend to join our hackathon. So if they participate in hackathon, they will believe in the skill level. Along with the activity, we also have a seminar. This seminar at the few first session will be delivered by lecturer, but the later will be handled by our student. So all of the activity we will focus on practicing and teaching the other. That's the way we create this proposal. And is a few KPI I would like to highlight for my our proposal. The first one is lab hour. We aim to have 30 students in the first round. Each student should have a 60 hour, So it's a total hour, a total lab hour for 30 students. And we aim to have 30 developer in the first batch. And this is a few number about the developer join our club, the attendee to join our seminar, and the developer join our hackathon. We aim to run in 2 universities. We have 5 universities in our network, but this proposal may be copied to the other university in coming funding round. So that is a quick information about my second proposal, Cardano Developer Club in University. And if you think it's value for our ecosystem, network first. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Ken. I have a question about the proposal. For the labs
Yep.
and the clubs, who's going to do the hands-on teaching? Will it be the students who's use that as an opportunity to strengthen their learning? And then if they're doing it, is part of this proposal to pay them for their time to put on these?
The first, I think the first batch we will the first thing we will teach the lecture. Our team, we have a 3 person in our team. So we will teach the lecture first. We will collect each university. We will collect 2 or 3 lecture, join together, group them to the group, and share with them the basic lab, what is basic lab and what is advanced lab, and then they will be our extend hands with the student.
Okay. Great.
Thank you very much.
So you mentioned this is at a university. Is it like a regular computer science student would be able to enroll in this as a course?
Now, blockchain is not popular in Vietnam, but most of the lecturer know and aware that they need to teach blockchain for the student. So I understand that need. We understand that need, and our lecture, most of the lecture are our friend. They are our friend since we were in university. So we grouped together and we found this proposal by performing the proposal or by delivering the proposal. We also support our friend to complete the task, complete the duty.
Chen, one of the things you mentioned was the students would have a chance to do some hands-on work.
Yep.
Is that using their own computers? Are you hoping to use the computer labs of the universities? Or
sorry.
Yeah, or just what are you thinking as far as like the hands-on opportunity? What would that be? What would be involved with that?
Yeah. The idea behind like this, Jamie. We have 3 person in our team. 2 of us are SPO, stake pool operator.
Okay.
So we will share with them the experience how to build the node. The first thing we will we don't build a big machine or place a machine in the lab. We will hide some VPS on the cloud, and we build the node. We build any lab environment on the cloud for our student, and then the student will use the laptop, connect to Wi-Fi in the university, and connect to our VPN in the cloud.
Okay, so you can actually get the cloud services. You can get them at a reasonable rate in Vietnam, where it's not too expensive.
That's one thing. Yeah, thank you very much for this advice. Normally, this is not first time we run this course in university. We run try already. We ran try already. But that time we did purchase VPS by as a personal, not by education purpose.
I see. So you were paying regular rates at
Yeah,
that time, and now
yeah,
you
at
can
that
pay
time.
like education rates, something
Yeah,
like that.
thank you very much for the advice. I will focus on that in the next purchase
Yep.
education rates.
And so Chen, you're teaching. You and your two friends are originally teaching the classes. Is that what's happening?
We're not dedicated teacher in university. We are
Right.
yeah, we are not
You're not a
dedicated for
professor. You're not a university professor.
that right,
But
that right.
but in this club or this group for Cardano for the learning blockchain, are you going to be teaching initially, or are the professors they already have some knowledge and they will be doing the teaching to the students?
Depend on the subject. It's a required subject. The professor will be
I see. Of course.
yeah,
Of
will
course.
be
Yes.
the teacher will be the lecturer. But a selective subject I can go to state and share with our student.
Great. Thank you. I'm really excited to hear about more education projects. That's really awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. We also have the other. Let me share with you few the other project our team have here. I don't think we have time to go on of them, but I would like to highlight. We have a Cardano coffee lounge in university. This is one thing I would like to share. As you know, in private fund, we have one project got funded. It is Cardano coffee lounge, but that project we will organize a meetup in a coffee shop in a public area. But after running 40 workshop, I would like to highlight 40 workshops. We found that there are less and less participants to join our meetup. But when we enter this university, we think that if we have the same model or we bring Cardano coffee to the university, it will be more interacting. It will be a place, we will hub where students can join and listen or can share the knowledge about blockchain. So we found we create this proposal.
And so, what's involved with that proposal? Is that for renting a room to host the lounge in the university, or?
In university, we don't need to rent a room or we don't need to rent a room because in university we often have a coffee shop. We can come to the coffee shop, talk with the owner that we are going to have a specific event on specific date or specific time, and how many seats you need, they will arrange for you.
Right.
That's the reason why the shop owner we will have more buyer, right? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. They get extra customers coming to listen to the talk at the lounge for sure.
Right.
So what's the funding for? If you don't need to pay for renting a room, what's the funding requirement for that particular project?
We need fund for who prepare the document or prepare a slide or prepare a topic for student. We also need some incentive. We focus on in the first few days, maybe the lecturer will be a presenter, but the incoming day or incoming meetup student will be refreshed.
Right. You new students yeah, I got you.
So we have should have incentive mechanism or in some way, maybe some blood point in the profile, if possible, maybe selective subject we can do, or we have some incentive in financial for them.
Right.
We also have the other proposal like option. It will be it will write by my friend. Option. Why we have option? I think many of you are already aware that Brutus is very difficult to learn for our students. So we provide our students the alternate choice. And that is the reason why we select option. We also have a Hydra course for our community. This is not for university, but for general. Anyone who would like to be a Hydra node, because this proposal is generated from our experience, because we are SPO. So right. We create a Hydra code for our community.
Lots of great ideas.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. That is some quick share from my side. Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me a chance to share with you on our proposal.
Yeah, thank you for it's brave to present all of that in a non-native language. So really well done. You know?
Yeah. Thank you.
Agreed. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
All
and
right.
good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. I think that gets us through our proposals, unless RJ wants to present his again.
RJ.
All good. RJ says all good in chat. So yeah.
Okay.
Thanks everybody. This was the Pacific Town Hall Idea Fest makeup round. We apologize again for the technical issues that prevented us from getting a successful recording in one of our rooms, but we'll stitch all of this in and make it all work. And I'll send links out to everybody. I have Tony's contact. Tian, I've contacted you on Discord. So when we put the recording up, I'll send you a link so you can share that with your community as well.
Thank you, Pacific Town Hall.
Well, thank you for being here.
Hi everyone, my name is Sarah and I am the founder of Socius. Socius is a talent marketplace that makes impact work accessible and transparent. 94% of young people want to contribute to social causes, but only 10% are able to do so. This is because impact work is not easily accessible or transparent. They don't see a career progression, they're unsure of whether their work creates a real impact or the salary is too low in these impact jobs. That's why we built Socius to provide a new path for these purpose-driven professionals so that they don't need to choose between their career and their desire to do good, because they can achieve both at the same time on Socius. And we make their impact work transparent and traceable. To illustrate how we are doing this, I want to share a story of Lawrence, a software engineer with a passion for contributing to social and environmental causes. Through our platform, we matched Lawrence with an edtech startup where he can contribute to a social cause and advance his career at the same time. He receives a fair salary, which is protected by escrow smart contracts. We make Lawrence's impact transparent and traceable by recording his contributions on the blockchain using a Thaler prism. Based on this verified impact, called impact points, he can receive rewards. Until now, more than 4,000 professionals like Lawrence joined our movement, who collectively contributed 2,500 hours. And the vast majority of them are new to the Cardano ecosystem. For front-end, we've submitted 5 proposals to improve the product. All of our projects are open source. For this presentation, I will focus on the proposal work history as verifiable credentials. According to a survey, 55% of people lie on their CVs. However, detecting fraudulent CVs is difficult and hiring a background check agency is expensive. That's why we propose to record work history as verifiable credentials. With this solution, we can streamline the hiring process and prevent CV fraud. The process is simple. First, organizations must be verified to issue work certificates as VCs. Then, Lawrence can request that his employers issue his work certificates as VCs. Once the organization issues the work certificates, potential employers can verify their authenticity without hiring background check agencies. If these jobs are impact related, Lawrence can receive rewards from Socius for his contributions. Regarding the benefits to the Cardano ecosystem, in the short term, community members can issue work certificates as VCs using the platform. In the long term, we can attract more people to the Cardano ecosystem. We have already introduced Cardano to 4,000 users and aim to increase this number to 10,000 by the end of the project. Why did I start Socius? Because of my minority backgrounds, I was bullied in school, which led to depression and bipolar disorder. When I was 19, I was detained at a mental institution. After these incidents, which had a huge impact on my life, I started to think about making a difference in the lives of people like us, because I know that this is not just my story, but a shared human story. Why Cardano? I was deeply impressed by Charles' vision of using blockchain as a force for good. I have also met amazing people within the Cardano community who are passionate about social and environmental impact. That's why we decided to build on Cardano. We have an experienced global team to execute this plan. I have more than 15 years of experience in the sector and successfully exited a social venture before. We have engineers and designers who have built products that are loved by millions of people. We've also successfully completed 5 Catalyst projects. Please vote for Socius. With your support, we can give everyone the chance to make a difference. Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Roberto. I'm representing Andamio, which is an initiative by Gimbal Labs, today for the Pacific Town Hall, and I'll be talking to you today about our Fund 10 Products and Integrations Challenge proposal called Andamio by Gimbal Labs, Open Source Education and Collaboration System. So Andamio is a PBL-based learning management system which integrates a treasury management system and a governance engine. And what this allows us to do is to simplify contributor onboarding for organizations both inside and outside of Cardano. It also allows contributors to access educational resources and acquire project-related skills. So while this is in no way a depiction of what we're currently building, it is an example of what we envision, which is a network of educational resources provided by organizations in the form of PBL courses or project-based learning courses, which would present potential contributors with different problems to solve, which would be relevant to the organization, to the problems that the organization is trying to solve. And contributors would go through a 4-stage process, which is onboarding, building background knowledge, specialization, and contribution, each of them dealing with more complex matters. And students would engage with the learning material to solve these problems through mastery-based assessments. And they would progress through the course showing that they dominate or they have enough knowledge in a particular subject to have to solve those problems. And that would be recorded in an on-chain through their identifier. So this is just an example of how a unique contributor could have different educational resources, PBL educational resources, where they could show their skills, or earn skills, show their skills, and contribute to different projects by solving problems, real world problems, which we believe is a much more efficient and effective way to onboard talent to your organization than the current process, which leverages algorithms which can ineffectively filter out a large chunk of your talent pool based on arbitrary criteria. So this is a 450,000 ADA budget proposal, which pays for 6 months of work and represents approximately 5% of the challenge. And this is the resource allocation of this proposal. You can see that the main cost drivers are project management, the beta testing, which is developer work, and market research and business analysis, because the end goal of this proposal is to create a strong go-to-market strategy. So that is our proposal. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Our Twitter handle is @Andamio Platform, and you can find the rest of our proposals at our website at andamio.io. Thank you.
Hi, my name is James, and this is a video about our proposal in the very competitive Products and Integrations Challenge in Catalyst Fund 10. It's so inspiring to look at all of the different proposals there and to see that we really are starting to move into a new era of problem solving on Cardano. If you haven't looked at the proposals in the Products and Integrations Challenge, I hope that you will. Our proposal is called Andamio by Gimbal Labs, a learning management system built on Cardano. We're emphasizing PBL, or project-based learning, because we think that education needs to change. My philosophy is, if Cardano is going to change the world, let's also take the opportunity to change education. A lot of us grew up with industrial systems that emphasized competition and compliance rather than collaboration, relationship building, creativity, and problem solving. These are the things the world needs, and we have a chance right now to tell a new story about how education works. At the very same time, we have a chance to build upon Cardano. For example, by integrating a treasury management system built on Plutus smart contracts that allows people not only to learn, but start to contribute and to earn rewards for doing so. If you've been in the Cardano ecosystem for any amount of time, you've probably been thinking about onboarding. We certainly have. We have 3 years of experience practicing ways of applying project-based learning to onboarding new Cardano developers, and we have a proven track record of placing new contributors at organizations and startups across the Cardano ecosystem. Now, we'd like to share what we've learned. Andamio makes it easy to share educational resources not only among a single organization, but across a network of organizations. Because if everyone collaborates in leveling up each other, developers, contributors of all kinds, we're going to be able to build the tools that really will change the world. I hope that you'll take a look at our proposal on Lido Nation or on IdeaScale, and that you'll reach out anytime with questions. Thanks for taking a look at this video, and see you soon.
Okay, thank you for having me. I will share my screen. Next up. Can you see my screen? Yes, so today I'll be talking about 2 projects I'm working with. So the first one will be Genius Yield, and the second one is Maestro. So Genius Yield is a advanced DEX platform on Cardano. We are planning to build a order book-based decentralized exchange, and which allows us to introduce very advanced trading strategies and introduce advanced order types. We have 3 proposals that we have so far. The first one is the option trading, which is the one that is actually getting the most notice at the moment. We have designed a special contract that is able to allow us to trade options on our DEX directly. Options, for those that are not familiar, these are types of derivative instruments that allow you to create leverage trading and also hedge your risk. And so it's usually a tool that is used more for advanced traders, but it gives you that extra level of managing your risk, but also increasing your leverage. The second proposal is around what we call the cross-DEX aggregator. So a lot of the liquidity across most DEXs on Cardano are kind of fragmented, right? And to have a healthy kind of fluid flow of capital and minimize, price instability between DEXs, you need to provide an easy kind of route for people to trade tokens between pools and between DEXs. And so we're designing what we call so we've designed internally what we call a smart order router, which is a bot that will automatically route orders together in order to match them in our order book. And we realized that we can extend that architecture to also work with other DEXs. And so the goal with this proposal is to be able to have a bot that is able to combine orders and allow you to swap across multiple DEXs, allowing you to bring more efficiency in the capital, decrease volatility, but also open up new arbitrage opportunities for those bots. The third one is Atlas 2.0. So Atlas 1.0 has already been released. It is basically the main Pluto's backend that is running Genius Yield and Genius X at the moment, and it's also used by other projects. So this is, you may have heard of the PAB, the Pluto's application backend, or Lucid. These are similar solutions that allow you to basically interact with contracts, build transactions, and then submit them to the chain. And so they represent both the on-chain interaction and the off-chain transaction building and coin selection. So that's a very, as you can imagine, it's a core piece of infrastructure for any dApp on Cardano. It's open source, it can be used by anyone. And so in this 2.0 version, we're introducing more advanced features such as parallel transaction, transaction chaining. We're also offering things like support for NFT metadata and other asset metadata, and a number of more advanced features that you can check on our proposals.